WhatsApp doing numbers. Hey, all around the world, got my WhatsApp doing numbers.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
Still got love for my city, but right now I'm out on my tour. Yeah, BMT, what up? All over the world, I'm just as foreign. I'm just as foreign to Shorty as she is to me. That's a foreign chick. Blue Book Cartel. They should already knew this was coming. Taught me so much more important. Now I just travel the world, handle my biz. OG Uncle D, Lizard King. I see you. You think after all of these years, they would look at my life and realize it's the paradise life. Yeah. Yo, it's getting late, barely can finish my plate. Ayy, I'm up in flip-flops, slowing the rest of the pesos I had in the safe. Yeah, check up on all my OGs when I'm overseas, then I'm finna skate. Right back to the money, right back to the States. Patiently waiting until I escape. I'm still in these streets, just in my own lane. Got rid of the beers, got rid of the chains. I started in blues, now I'm in the suit. It's so different, it's hard to explain. This girl think I'm cute, she think I'm my age. My sister don't like it, she think it's a phase. But what can I say, I'm just stuck in my ways. I'm just like my dad, I'm blowing that bag, it's crazy. I used to be such a lame, yeah. Then I just hopped on a plane, yeah. Then I just did my own thing, yeah. Then it started to change, yeah. Then I got back to the crib, yeah. Then they all wanted to hang, yeah. Then I just didn't have time, yeah. Then it was never the same, it still ain't the same, it still ain't the same. But who could you blame, like who could you name that I ain't with at some point in the game? Before my little fortune, before my little fame, they looking like dang. I was right about all of that shit I was telling y'all back in the day. Now let's fast forward, passport, bros on the way. It's out here chillin', it's out here chillin'. Yeah, we catch flights, not feeling. You can see how we living, and they already know when the passport bros in the building. Yeah, we just out here chillin'. Yeah, we catch flights, not feeling. You can see how we living, and they already know when the passport bros in the building. Yeah. Still got love for my city, but right now I'm out on my tour. Big fast life, what up, bro? I'm just as foreign. I'm just as foreign to Shorty as she is to me. That's a foreign chick. Yes, Jonas. What a life. Taught me so much more important. Now I just travel the world, handle my biz. We out here. You think after all of these years, they would look at my life and realize it's this.
Yo, what up? What's good, y'all? We back. This your man Marcus A. Brown. I got my bro Scooby Polo in the building, man. I put his this our first live stream, by the way, too. So welcome, bro. I put your link in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. What's up?
I can't hear myself. I can hear the echo. How can I fix that?
Is it on YouTube or on the platform we streaming from?
Oh, no, never mind. I got it.
I hear you good. Y'all let us know in the chat if y'all can hear us good.
There you go.
Yo, shout out to Wallace Fuller in the building. Appreciate you. Hey, I'm gonna ask, man, if y'all haven't already, please subscribe, y'all. Please subscribe to both our channels. I'm closing in on 8,000. I need like 3 or 4 more subscribers, man. So I'm trying to get that done today. But I appreciate y'all for stopping by. And like I said, I'll put Scoob's link to his channel. He just started a YouTube channel and he already taking off. Make sure y'all subscribe. Shout out to Love You More in the building. Yeah, so give me 1 second. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me though. We want to make sure y'all can hear us good. We got some videos we gonna react to.
They said they loud and clear. We good.
Okay, cool. We good to go.
Okay, all right. Good shout out, Love You Mo. We got you.
And so, like, you wanna give yourself an intro or give anybody like?
Yo, my name is the channel is Cooler with School. My name is Quentin James. You know, I'm starting a new channel for as traveling and things like that. I'm gonna be doing other things, but right now, you know, traveling, that's the thing. You know, I gotta represent. Shout out to my boy Roland.
Yo, shout out to Roland. You see, we supporting the brothers merch, man. That's shirt fire. I was like, man, where you get that from? So now I gotta go support. Man, the networking.
He got so much stuff. I saw the shirt. I'm like, oh man, I got to have this. Like, as soon as he put the merch out, boom, I was already on the internet buying it. So
in the dough.
Yeah, man, it's your boys Cooler with Scoob, aka Scooby Polo, you know, with my man Marcus A. Brown. You know, so what's going on, Wallace? Shout out to Wallace.
Oh, Wallace, hey, welcome to the channel, man. I don't know if he subscribed or not. If y'all can, man, please subscribe to both the channels.
Yes, sir.
That's a real big help. We've been actually doing real good for a comeback. In my case, for a comeback. School bit, he just started and took off. So I was like, man, y'all gotta get in tune with this brother.
Yeah, I got
you. I got a little backstory just to give some people some time to still come in. So we had met in Thailand, and that was both our first time in Thailand. It was like a few days before I had to leave. And soon as the brother arrived, like he told the story on his channel already, but I was honored to be able to link up with him. And I'm telling y'all, Bangkok is lit, is nice, but Pattaya is a vibe, man. It was so much fun out there. I was like, bro, I'm trying to go back with you.
Oh yeah. So now you gotta talk about before I even got to Thailand.
When we we was talking behind the scenes too, because when he said he was coming out here, I'm like, all right, cool. It'll be my first time. I got there a few days before him, so that gave me a chance to kind of get a lay of the land. And I linked up with BMT. So like, soon as I left, I hate that all three of us couldn't kick it together, but he got to link up with BMT. So shout out to
out of accident. It was an accident. Like it was like I was eating my I was eating alligator.
Yeah.
Up, and he just started talking, and I started telling him about you. He was like, "Oh, so you're the one I was supposed to meet."
Yeah,
like,
I was trying to introduce y'all.
Like, cool. So he told me the whole thing that he kind of started the whole passport bro thing.
Yeah,
so, and that was a shocker to me. I'm like, oh man, I didn't met the guy that actually started this, that actually changed my life. You know what I'm saying?
That was epic, man. And see, it's just another testimony of what we've been saying, man. That type of brotherhood is different. It hit different. I'm not saying it's not at home, but it's like 10 times
better when you overseas. It's way better. Like, the brotherhood is actually there when you in a whole different, environment and things like that. So that's very dope about it, because everybody that I met out there was cool,
In the dough.
I can meet. It's so cool. I can meet an enemy that I don't like where I'm from, and we'd be cool. Like
I said the same thing about Chicago, because me and some Chicago dudes was joking. I'm from out south. I'm really from over east, but technically it's still on the south side. And he from out west, so we just kept going back and forth with the out west, out south jokes. But I mean, that type of love is like you could put people in a different environment and they just vibe.
Right.
And when we at home, we in survival mode, or we dealing with whatever is going on in the state. So it's a different type of at ease, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Shout out to Super Triz, man. We got one of the OGs in the building.
Super Triz.
Good to see you.
Why?
Marcus, when you move around, you give a little feedback. Yeah, so what happened, I was streaming earlier. I switched my mic. I got two mics, and they're wireless. Not really wireless, but kind of wireless. They could be wireless. I like this better because I don't have to hold it with my hand. But yeah, I got one charge and I'm using a different one. So hopefully y'all can hear me throughout the stream. Hopefully my Wi-Fi, my internet is up to par. But yeah, we got
Wi-Fi. No, I'm just playing.
No, I mean, I was like going through it because I know we got all type of weird weather out here too, between the wind and the dust and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm looking outside at the trees blowing and stuff. I'm like, man, it can't be. I don't know what it is. I didn't, troubleshooting my equipment at first. But we got
Lawrence just got hit with a hurricane, and so that probably could be a reason also, as far as this wind blowing and things.
Man,
like
I'm
in Kentucky, so
wishing them the best. But yeah, so y'all see the headline, man. So I've been trying to get in touch with this brother, or at least get updates on whether this guy, what's his situation. You know what I'm saying? Just to be clear, on the video that went viral on TikTok, it says that his girlfriend stole his ID and he was not able to make the trip. It says ID, so I don't know if it was a passport. I don't know if he was going overseas, but it was a guy's trip and he paid it off. He had all these arrangements set in place and he went to the airport and then discovered, I don't have what I need to get on this flight. And he asked his girl about it and she said, yeah, I got it and I'm not bringing it to you. You ain't going nowhere. Because in her mind, he just mentioned the trip. They didn't confirm. And of course he needs her permission to go somewhere. And she said, no, I got your ID. You ain't going nowhere. So For those of y'all that haven't seen this video, we're gonna play it for y'all. We'll play it a couple of times, and then we got some other stuff we can react to.
Before you play the video, I want to say this. If you gotta think about it, if it was his ID, then it was cool because he had his passport. Because his passport is like his
ID.
Right,
yeah, that could be.
Actually, had to be his passport because even if he had his ID, he still couldn't get nowhere.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you ain't leaving the country without the passport.
Right. So,
and they didn't specify whether where it was at or what type of gas trip. I also want to give this disclaimer that we don't even know if this is real or not. Because like I said, I don't usually like talking about people. I will respond to the pushback from the passport bros or from just black men doing different things in general. But with this particular situation, I wanted to do follow-ups. I wanted to get updates on what's all the details surrounding this situation.
Right.
I haven't found anything. And so if any of y'all know anything or y'all know the brother, reach out to him. You know what I'm saying? He'll probably discover this too, that we responded to it. Yeah. Shout out to Black Man Travels in the building. He another one of the OGs.
Shout out Black Man Travel.
I take all these stories with a grain of salt. I don't know if it's real or not. I mean, but
and just a disclaimer,
he said,
we only giving our opinion. We only giving our opinion, so don't, go crazy and like you said, thinking we talking about people. We only going on our opinion.
Yeah, and this was just the one that stood out the most that we was gonna react to. But we got a few videos we can react to, and it's up to you, Scoob, because really I wanted to collab with Scoob and just kind of cross promote. But we'll open the panel up at some point if anybody else want to hop on. So let me know if y'all want to hop on, and if y'all want to cam up, I'll put the panel link. I'll put the panel link in the chat. So if y'all ready, we can go ahead and get into it.
Let's get it.
Let's run it back. Sometime it be freezing.
Man, you ain't pay that Wi-Fi, man. Come on, man.
That's what it is. I mean, I done paid all the bills. I don't know what's going on. But hey, you know what? I'm only here for a few more days. You know what? Let me I see what I'm gonna have to do. I had this issue on the last stream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I might have to bring it up, upload it again.
Right.
So I got it all in a folder. Let's try this. Here we go.
Why?
Because you're not going.
Why can't I? Bro, I just paid for I paid for the whole trip, bro. Oh my God, I got days off and everything.
Without me knowing, no.
You knew though. That's bro. You knew it.
You mentioned it. You didn't say it was a for sure.
Right. As soon as I mentioned it, I got the tickets.
No.
Bro, you. Oh my God. Get on FaceTime so I can show you how long this line is, please. Bro, I cannot come back and get it, bro. I need you to bring my ID, please. Can you bring my ID, please?
No.
Yeah, he keeps saying ID, so we don't know what type of ID. We don't know where he was going. And also, like I said, we don't know if this is skit or not, but yeah, he ain't going nowhere. That's what it's looking like. And she's saying, I don't care.
Stop doing, right, exactly. So worry about your kids, bro. You worried about me going on a trip. You got kids, bro. Oh my God, bro. I don't understand.
So them ain't even his kids.
And the baby crying. Yeah, he would have said my kids or something.
Yeah.
A dad would have. Oh, so this is another thing. I don't want to get too off subject, but Scoob got a real dope video on fatherhood. So we can approach this from so many directions, but in my opinion, I mean, I'm an uncle. I'm not a dad yet that I know of. Right. But he would, that verbiage would have been different. He would have said, "Hey, you got my kid crying, and I'm about to get on the plane. Y'all, what you doing?"
Oh my God, bro. That's your baby crying? Right. So worry about your baby crying, bro. You bring my stuff, please.
Shayla.
So I got to come back home.
Hey, Shayla, you wrong. You wrong, Shayla. You wrong.
So
take that man ID like that, man.
See, this when you dealing with a Shayla, and she's telling you up front she don't care. Y'all, real quick, let me know in the chat if the audio and the visual, we might get some lagging. I might press play and it has a delay, but let me know if y'all was able to hear and see that good. So in the chat, Black Man Travel say, even as a married man now, I'm still traveling solo or with the fellas. Make time for the wife and kids. Definitely. Definitely. So all I got some other videos coming down the pipeline where I'm discussing some women that shared their stories about breakups. And some of those women, the ex became a passport bro. So of course they got to talk about that. And it's not as bad as it sounds, but the reason I want to cover it is because I'm seeing a lot of that right now. Let's see what oh wait. I gotta go back up. Marcus, wasn't you married to a snow bunny? Oh yeah. So that's somebody to follow me on social media. I was never married, bro. I was not. No. I mean, it ain't nothing to front about. I put it on social media. I was engaged, bro. I was never married, and even with the engagement, with me putting a ring on it, the reason that didn't go all the way through was due to legal contingencies and due to us having different plans. So, like, I wish that relationship would have worked out, but she knew everything about me beforehand. So. And I'm not trying to say this to throw shade in that. I'm just saying it is what it is. I introduced her to brothers. I showed her my plan in terms of living overseas because she's a traveler too. So we was actually compatible in that way. But she already knew, like, if this don't work out, you already know what I'm going back to because I had a life before this. Yeah, I was engaged, but I never got married. I never see myself getting married in the United States. Much respect to those who do. And I am very pro-family. I do want families to stick together. I'm talking in support of man, woman, and child. But the legal system, I don't have a problem with the women here. We can complain about culture, but to me, the culture don't change unless the laws change.
Right. Me, I ain't getting married. I'm sorry.
He's been a call Umar Johnson on me, man. Don't be calling Dr. Umar. You was married to a snow bunny. Ninjas be having girlfriends run shit like that's their mother. Yeah, man, that's a bad setup. That's a bad position to be in.
Bad taste, man.
And see, I want to say this about that brother too. Let's play it one more time. But looking at his mannerisms, and again, I'm a little biased. I'm making assumptions. I'm jumping to conclusions, but he seemed to have like some codependency issues. I can relate to that because I've been there before. I've dated people that also had that. You don't need everybody's permission. Like, it should be a collaborative effort, and y'all should be compatible and communicate enough. I'm not a relationship expert. I just know this from trial and error. You should be talking with your significant other enough to where if they don't know you and they don't trust you, it's already going downhill from there. He seemed like he asking for permission, and that was like
that's a red flag. That draw the line right there. Like, yeah, if you got to ask permission, and yeah, that just draw the line right there. That means that person don't trust you at all. You know.
And even whether they trust or not, like another thing I kind of pick up from her, because she just straight out with it. I don't care. I don't care if you lost money. I don't care if I got you out here dirty because you out here riding around with no ID.
So that's just no respect.
She didn't care about wasting his time because he said he called off his job. So she don't care about your money. She don't care about your time. She don't care about your happiness. Like that. Those were the red flags I picked up from her. But I gotta say this before we replay it. Don't leave the house without the documents that you need. If you ever see me doing this all day, I'm constantly checking myself. Keys, wallet, phone, passport. Keys, wallet, phone, passport all the time. Or whatever you need to travel. Like, there's no reason he should have got to the airport and said, "Where's my ID?" And then I guess she was waiting on that call. She's like, "Yup, I got it. I don't care. You ain't going nowhere." Baby crying and everything. She's like, "I don't care. I don't care." So like that, just like she canceled that trip, I hope he canceled that relationship. Let's play this one more time.
Right.
Please. Why?
Because you're not going.
Why can't I? Bro, I just paid for the whole trip, bro. Oh my God, I got days off and everything.
Without me knowing. No.
Without me knowing. So again, we only see this side of the story.
Right.
I don't imagine he's the type of guy. Look at how he asking for permission right now. So he's not sneaking nothing around from her. I don't think so. But she is acting like a tyrant. Like, you need absolute approval from me in every regard. And she could also play the game of semantics by saying, "Yeah, you mentioned it, but you didn't say for sure that you're going."
Right.
So that justifies me taking your document.
You knew though. That's the you bro. You knew it.
You mentioned it. You didn't say it was a for sure.
Right. As soon as I mentioned it, I got the tickets.
No.
Bro, you oh my God. Get on FaceTime so I can
Pause
show you
that
how long
right
this
quick.
line
Pause
is.
that right quick. Because I mean, yeah, he never like solidified that he was going. He never solidified that he was going. But you know, because he said he mentioned it. Well, she said that he mentioned it, but it wasn't a for sure thing. And he said, as soon as I mentioned it to you, I bought the tickets, but you never, you know, talked to her and said, look, I'm actually going.
Yeah,
You
and
know, so
keep
that's
reiterating for some people.
that's on his behalf. He got to take
Yeah, I can agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? But let's be real. Now, if this was vice versa, and she said that she was going on, let's say if this was vice versa, if she going to Jamaica to
on a
with her homegirls on the girls trip, and the same thing about that, man, she would have did a total opposite.
Bro, it would have worked out a completely different direction. I mean, you know, and I'm thinking charges being pressed. She would have did the same thing, got him shamed on the internet and all that.
But 10 times worse.
Yeah, so again, if this is even real, whether it's a skit, it don't matter, because like I wanted to respond to this just based off the comments and on TikTok and all that. Because there's people that justify, like, how do you justify what she did?
Right.
And how do you justify staying with a person like that afterwards? So just the principle of the message behind it. The message I got from this is like, dude, get out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's go to the. I'm gonna check the comments real quick. Love You More said he would be a lot angrier. Yeah, if it was his kid, I think that's what you were referring to. If it was his kid, if that was my kid, I would have snapped.
I would have snapped crazy.
Also, I'm gonna offer a little pushback. I do agree with you, School, that he should have constantly reiterated. If you constantly telling somebody, hey, I just booked the trip, hey, I got the plane ticket, hey, I got the room, hey, these are the people that I'm going with. I would do that for any loved one, just as an emergency contact. You know where I'm at, you know who I'm with, you know the flights, the arrangements are confirmed. He could have did that to just shut her down with that argument, but I think
she already had it in her mind that no, you weren't going.
So well, possibly, yeah. If he don't commit to his ideas, typically she probably could jump to that conclusion. But me just knowing them type of chicks, like, you can just suggest that you want to go somewhere, they're not gonna forget that
at all.
She keep it, yeah. So like, even if he didn't follow through and say, hey, you know I'm going on this trip, right? You know I'm going. She knew enough to take that ID.
Right.
He could have just suggested it one time. She was keeping tabs on him. That's my theory. Again, if this was even real. But he's still on the engagement thing. Marcus was playing in the snow. I say, look, man, I love who love me, man. I rock with who rock with me.
Is on your neck right now.
It's all good. Hey, y'all, all right, just wait. Just wait till I go to Florida. Y'all might see me with some more snow bunnies, and it ain't like I'm trying to link up with them. It's just I interact with people that rock with me like that.
And what did Paul say? They more they apologize more. They respectful. You know?
See, this why I'm not really for the bashing black women or trying to say everybody else is so much better. What my problem is with the ideological subversion of American culture. So it's not just a black or white. If anything, I don't really speak on my ex like that, but people that see me with different cultures, different races of people in America. So if you see me date black, you see me date Haitian, you see me the same thing. See me date white chicks. It's an American problem. It ain't. They just different flavors of not what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if anything, me calling off an engagement shows you they can get dumped just like anybody else. Say I seen Marcus on Facebook looking like Carlton. I mean, yeah, you know, I got a little fashion to me. It might not be everybody's style, but see, I always switch it up anyway. You might see me in a hoodie one day, see me in a suit the next day.
Introvert, you gotta be different from everybody, so ain't no wrong.
You can't see me looking like Carlton with a chick like in this video. Like, she won't let him go on a trip. Imagine me with a polo shirt on. It'll be a wrap for me. Nah, but I was surprised to see that. I thought you was bugging. I was more surprised because I knew you'd be traveling. Yeah, we got along on a lot of different terms, but when it came to the legal contingencies, I'm not going. That's a hard boundary for me. I'm not crossing that line. And so it all worked out until it didn't work out. But shout out to her. I still got love for her, but I had to keep doing what I was doing. That's why you have to have the actual passport and not the passport card. I carry both, but he's right.
He do got
the card only count for Canada and basically the North and South border, Canada and Mexico. Anywhere other than that, you need the stamp. Black Man Travels. My wife knew about traveling, my traveling life before and after, so she know I'm going to travel. I'm not sure if I read that already. Say chilling for the moment.
That's respect right there. She respect. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. She respect you. She knew what you was doing before then, and you still doing it after, so you ain't changed nothing. So, and she respect you. That's what's up, man. And you know, hope y'all stay married for a long time, man.
Oh yeah, he good. He doing great. Like he one of the people I'm trying to get like him. Love you more. Yes, I could vouch for that. Very nice girl. Just like most women think, she thought she could change his desires. Y'all know this, my OG, right? So she's responding to me looking like Carlton on Facebook and all that. She thought she could change his desires for life. You know how they go along with it and they start changing. Yeah, if I tell you up front, this is who I am, and all my information is public. My whole story, good and bad, it's all out there. So any woman dealing with me, you know what you're getting up front. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter if they really take it for face value, or if they want to, you know, give you the ish test, so to speak. And I'm cool with that too. I give my ish test as well. But you know what I'm saying? Once they try that and it fails, then you know they don't tend to be too happy about that. Black Man Travels. Get your passport, ID, and global entry. Definitely, global entry is like a lifesaver coming back. It saves you a lot of time, energy. I heard that to an extent it saves you from the additional screening, depending on where you're going. You know, you don't want to get held up behind.
That's new.
Yeah, I mean, because you're considered a trusted traveler. Grown man should never need permission from a girlfriend. Facts. Wife maybe, girlfriend no. Facts. And you know, any man that respects his wife is gonna have that conversation anyway. It's called equal opportunity. Yeah, anybody can get dumped. You know what I'm saying? I think the rudest thing I've ever said to somebody, but it was honesty. I was like, what you doing? Because you either finna get dumped or cheated on, and I don't do the cheating. You finna get dumped. That's what you finna get. And I mean, I stood on it.
That's
shout out to. But see, when I'm nice and all humble and all that, it just kind of going one end out the other. Then when I'm on a flight, everybody in their feelings. Friends, mamas, daddies, all people done called my mama on me, and my mama will cuss you out. She be like, I know my son. That means you didn't know him. Like, he told you what the fuck it was.
Right, fact.
We gonna get demonetized. Yeah, shout out to Clayway TV, man. He said shout out to the panel. Let's finish playing this, and then we got some more we could go through. If y'all want to hop on the panel, we could make some time for that too. And please, hey, I'm like closing in on 8,000 subscribers.
Yo,
if you haven't subscribed already, because you should have people from your channel too coming over. Let's subscribe to both channels. So we trying to cross promote and support each other.
Come on, let's get this man to 8,000, y'all. It don't take nothing but a like, subscribe. It's free. So
appreciate it.
It's definitely free.
Please, bro, I cannot come back and get it, bro. I need you to bring my ID, please. Can you bring my ID, please?
Stop it right quick,
bro. Stop.
If she was already telling you no, you're not going, what makes you think that?
That's it. Yeah, I was like, why are you still having a conversation, man? I would have been shitty, but that also would have been the end of the relationship.
Yeah,
because you can only talk to somebody like that if you think they're not going nowhere.
Right.
So she definitely holds all the leverage in that relationship. I don't know how or why, but it got to be a breaking point at some point. I ain't saying crash out or go do nothing crazy. I'm saying like walking away is your biggest flex. I always told females, I'm not no tough dude. I ain't built like that. I ain't somebody that's finna be arguing back and forth with you. My biggest superpower is cutting you off. That's my only superpower in this environment. Damn, I'm spacing. My bad. My only superpower in this environment is to cut you off and move on. It's very effective. People sleep on that.
Stop doing, right, exactly. So worry about your kids, bro. You worried about me going on a trip. You got kids, bro. Oh my God, bro. I don't understand. Oh my God, bro.
I know.
That's your baby
That
crying?
baby going crazy.
Right.
That baby going crazy. Hey, why you leaving me here? Don't be leaving me here with her.
Right.
That baby don't even want to hear
So
that.
worry about your baby crying, bro. And you bring my stuff, please. Bro, so I gotta come back home.
Man, if that was a skit, then that baby deserve an award.
Yeah.
Or it needs to be rescued. I don't know. Like, that was crazy.
That baby was screaming like Miss Parker from Friday. He crazy! He crazy!
Come get her.
Come get her. Take me with you, boy. You know,
We got another video. So this one, Scoob had tagged me in on Facebook. So I saw this and I was like, the next, I want to say 2 or 3 videos, we are responding to stuff that's going on in the States. But then we also got some Passport Bro critics that we could give some reactions to.
Ooh, I can't wait for this one. Yeah.
Let's get it.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so if I keep having this problem, I'm going to just re-upload everything. It's all good. I got it standing by just for that.
Why people hailing the passport, bro?
Okay, and that's wrong because he usually buy your brother's shoes. But look at this petty dude.
Got nothing to do with me, man.
It do get something to do with
you. Them is not my kids.
Okay,
man.
but guess what? When you was with me, you was buying shoes.
I'm not with you though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm not with you. Well, I'm taking care of my son. Anything outside of that, I do.
This is a classic because this happened. I done seen so many videos of this exact same situation. It's a control mechanism. It's like when you're here, and I'm pretty sure this brother, if what she's saying is true, he didn't mind looking out for his kid and her kid, but it ain't even about the kids. It's about her bossing him around. That's what I get from it.
I owe you that. I do not owe them nothing. No, none of that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just like a petty dude. Just like a petty. Yes, you will.
Matter of fact, you got dude laid up in here with you. He need to be taken
He
care of.
ain't got nothing to do with you.
You do. You right here paying attention. You do. What you talking about, man?
Don't even go there. Don't even go there. You better go on before
I ain't
he.
trying to hear none of that shit.
Yes.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do for my kids.
Okay, so you ain't gonna.
Stand on business. He stood on business. Like he stood on business right there. Like he said, I was with you when she was like, oh, you was doing it when you was with me. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm looking out for you. But I ain't with you no more.
Yeah.
So, but I still have a child with you. So since I ain't with you, I ain't worrying about them no more. I'm worried about my child. And that is what it is. And then she kind of told on herself. So you still want this man to buy your other kids shoes, but you got a whole nother man, but you talking about don't worry about that.
Oh yeah, see that part.
So you gotta listen to it. Like he like, yeah, you got this dude in here, and she like, no, he ain't got nothing to do with it. Yes, he do. He lived there now. So
yeah,
what you gonna do?
He's been properly released. Like that's your business now.
Right. So what you gonna do since he there now? So he go buy all the kids' shoes instead of the other boy. So that's what you go do. Like make it make sense. Like they be telling on themselves and don't even realize that, man. So that was crazy.
That was one of the because I didn't play stepdaddy before more than once. Those are one of the courtesies that I take it for granted. And usually once you leave that situation, not only is it hurtful to the child, but at some point the chick is gonna realize, like, dang, I had an in-house babysitter, I had in-house pipe, you know what I'm saying? I had in-house, probably if you was cooking, cleaning, getting something fixed around the house, stuff like that. All that stuff is taken for granted when you are viewed as like you're not going anywhere. So now all of a sudden that he done moved on, he like, look, I'm just here for my kid. She trying to pull that same stuff.
Did she use shaming tactics talking about this what you call real petty? Like it's not working no more. You see, he stood on business. I'm gonna take care of my child regardless or not. It is what it is. So
what in the chat, what y'all think, man? Did y'all think he crashed out or she crashed out? We got matter of fact, let me play this one more time.
I love you more.
Okay, and that's wrong because he usually buy your brother's shoes.
Okay, so the kid just came in and was like, all right, I ain't trying to hit it. Like, I just had a good time with Pops. Soon as I get in the door, she just popping off and look, let me go eat my food. Let me go. That's messed up, man.
That's crazy. So it's kind of like he know the little
kid,
boy know what's about to happen. Like he know who about to start some ish. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but look at this petty dude.
That don't got nothing to do with me, man.
It do get something to do with
my kids, man. Them is not my kids.
Okay,
man.
but guess what? When you was with me, you was bad shoes.
I'm not with you though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That should have been the end of the conversation right there.
I'm not with you. Well, I'm taking care of my son. Anything outside of that, I do not owe you that. I do not owe them nothing. No, none of that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just like a petty dude. Just like a petty. Yes, you will.
Matter of fact, you got dude laid up in here with you. He need to be taken
He
care of.
ain't got nothing to do with you.
Why doesn't he have anything to do with it?
right. That's
Like he's in your house with your children, with your kid and his kid. Why doesn't he have anything to do with it?
You do. You right here paying attention. You do. What you talking about, man?
And these be the same type of people that be worried about. And I'm not saying it's not a legitimate concern, but they have a false concern about who you have your kid around. But who is this dude that's around both of their kids?
Right.
And he's in your house and he ain't got nothing to do with taking care of the kid or whatever.
Right, but he ain't got no issue with it either, though. You feel me? Long as you know what I'm saying, he being respectful to the child, you know, and that's how us men is with kids. Like, we ain't tripping about, you know, who are, because I have kids myself. I have a 17-year-old and a 12-year-old, and I don't be having those problems. I don't have those problems where I be, man, I don't want that dude in my house.
Yeah.
But you know, vice versa. I mean, I don't get that problems either when it comes down to vice versa. But you know, some women do that. You know, like we don't trip about them having boyfriends and you know stuff like that. But
yeah, moving, all type of stuff involving your kid.
Yeah, facts. So you know that's just like what they say. It's a one-way trip, man. That's what it is, man. It's a one-way trip. It's a one-way trip, man. Because
we gonna get
it's never equal. They won't equal, but it still ain't equal. So
let me more say I made a few comments on that video. What a slore, you feel me? What a slore. Yeah, OG be going in, man. Like y'all subscribe to her too. I have to get her a YouTube link, or if you want, you could put it in the chat. Love you more, because she got a separate bone to pick with a certain demographic, so she gonna be going way, and you know she gonna be going all in on that. So, she's a witch. Don't even know she's sacrificing her child by doing this.
Love you more ain't playing. She ain't playing. That's
okay, you're gonna play these kind of videos. I'm gonna ask to come up. If you want to hop on, you can.
I like her energy.
Hey, if she hop on it, we might go viral. It's messed up that we go viral with the negative stuff, but like it ain't really negative. It's responding to something, and people want to argue. That's all it is.
That's all it is. They want to argue. Yeah, we got.
So yeah, I'm gonna pull up the next video. I'm gonna play the rest of it. It's almost over, and then I'll throw the panel link in the chat.
Hey, don't even go there. Don't even go there. You better go on before
I ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
Yes.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do for my kids. Anything outside.
Okay, so you ain't gonna.
And slam the door in her face. Salute to that brother. Salute to him. He stood on business. And the first thing she did was try to humiliate this man by put it up on TikTok. And I bet you she ain't get the response.
And look, yeah, because you making yourself look bad with that.
It's like you the one that's petty.
Matter of fact, I got a sound bite for that.
If your baby mama tripping, fuck that. Get your passport, tell her you ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Man, prime example.
Passport, tell her you ain't coming back.
If your baby mama tripping, after that, get your passport, tell her you ain't coming back, man. I went ahead and put the link in the chat if anybody want to hop on.
And guess what? The baby mama's gonna be all in your You know, you putting stuff on Facebook, they be all in the comments, and they gonna be all watching your videos and your short
all day.
all that stuff. They be like, oh, what he doing? Oh, so then when you come back, they be like, oh, so you don't even worry.
Yeah.
You saw everything, baby. I wasn't trying to hide
You
nothing.
saw it. I mean, if y'all ain't together, yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem.
Facts. It should not be a problem. But yeah, I want to see what you got with the passport credits, man.
Oh yeah, so some of these I haven't watched them all the way through, so this is gonna be my first time watching some of it. Let's see what this is.
Ooh.
Oh, this was funny to me. I saw this. Hold on.
Let's see.
So this is like kind of mocking dating in America. I really wish that this would have been everybody, because like I said, I'm not trying to just apply this to black women. It ain't just black women, but it's sisters. This shit was funny to me.
For having me.
Hey.
And that's why men are the problem.
All I did was sit down.
Gaslighting.
I didn't even say anything yet.
Invalidating our feelings.
Y'all gotta cut it out.
How did I offend you?
Is that deflection?
Hey, this is accurate.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, get out.
So for me, it was the and if you notice, like what I'm gonna play it again, but what they're doing is everything this brother did from the moment he walked into the room, like he can't do anything right in that particular atmosphere. So everything he did, and this is my only issue with therapy. I'm an advocate for therapy, but some people don't use therapy for the right reasons. They want to learn all the little terms and buzzwords so that they can weaponize it against other people. And that's what this is highlighting. But before I play it again, we got Love You More in the building. So welcome to the show.
Hey.
Guys, first I want to do a disclaimer on, I'm sorry for the language that I may use. I will be trying to correct that language, but I happen to care about Black people, especially females. I'm extra concerned about them, but they some of the dumbest bitches there is on social media right about now. Oh, I'm sorry, I said that word. But let's go back to the witch and she don't know she's a witch. First of all, male and female, they need to learn how to stop ignoring red flags. That man that was in her house, he should have left out of there quietly, never to return. His turn is coming. The flag was so big with that interaction with baby daddy. Okay. And as far as the woman, what give her the galls? Why do Black women seem to think that they will talk to you? And remember, I'm a female. I know us. Okay. 66 years old, been around for a while. So when I step on the whore's shoes, I won't feel sorry or be mad at you guys if you try to speak up for them. If you try to help them, I won't have a problem. Ain't gonna change my mind though. But why do Black women think that they can talk the average Black man into not taking care of their child, but come take care of their bastard ass child? I got a problem with that. And that's what I kind of seen. Now, because you're screwing somebody new, right now he gonna get a play. You want the other baby's daddy to continue to take care of your trash that you laid up and got. Cause I no disrespect to men. Men is the head, but in defense to slap y'all in place. These the same bitches that told y'all not gonna get no pussy to 2029. Wake up. But these the same bitches that's gonna lure y'all right in there. Okay, it's their damn fault. Yeah, I hold men accountable. Yeah, all of us should be holding one another accountable. And most of all, we need to hold ourselves accountable. So I don't give a damn what Black men do. I'm mad about what Black bitches is doing. Okay, because there's a lot of good Black women out here, but social media not showing them. And yes, in the process of me looking like one of the weave-wearing racket bitches because of my language, it's pretty much like the book you wrote, Marcus, that I'm after a particular audience, and that's what they hear. You know, another book niggas won't read, and all the upper crust got mad because you used the word nigga. Well, guess what? You must be my damn son, because I'm going to say what I want to say, and I'm going to say it in a way to reach the audience that I am trying to reach. Now, what did I mean about that's witchcraft? The bitch is a witch and don't even know it. How do you think her son felt? How do you think her son felt when he came in that house, happy as can be? He probably cool with the boyfriend now. The boyfriend probably treating her child just as nice as he treated her other little bastard kids before he got there. That she feel like he's supposed to still keep taking care of. Okay, so what this pregnant dog did, she just messed the little kid up, because guess what's getting ready to happen now? He's like, okay, Dad, I love you. I'm sorry you going through this. In his little mind, I don't care if he was 3 years old, it still hurt him to see his parents arguing like that, okay? Now, he goes into his room. Now, the man that she left there got to sit there and listen about the nothing MF he is and the blah, 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 and how he's so-and-so. Now, if he a simp ass, he gonna sit there and say, yeah, that dude ain't shit. Yeah, he shouldn't. Okay, what did he just do? He just heard the little kid that he could have made a difference in his life. The little kid just heard him bashing his daddy, so now the little kid real confused. I thought we was okay. He hate my daddy and he hate my mama. He hate my daddy and he on my mama's side, but I better be on my mama's side. That's how more the reasons why a woman cannot raise a man, and I don't care if it make y'all mad. Ain't no way in hell a woman could raise a man. So I've just got to mute her real quick because she gonna keep going. Sorry about that. I told you, OG gonna turn up, man.
Her hair is her hair is
off. Yeah. But see, this is why people, and since you know me, Mom, you muted. I'm sorry, I gotta do that because I gotta jump in and say this. Two things. I'm glad that you jumped on. Had I known you was gonna jump on, I would have had you link your channel so it could stream. It'll go live on yours also.
I didn't even comb my hair. I didn't care about that. I just had to get that off my desk.
I was just telling him your hair looks good. It's slay.
Like I said, we got some different. We got similar viewpoints, and then we got some different viewpoints. But for any female that's ever dated me or interested in me, I always show them my social media. I always introduce them to the people that's closest to me. And I tell them I'm a mama's boy. My mama the only woman I trust right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that no disrespect to women that I'm very close to, but my mom has my back through everything. Right. But she'll also get on me if I'm messing up. So I need people like that around me. And if you think I'm harsh, you ain't seen me be harsh, because me and her the same. Like I go off like that too. Y'all go look at some of my old rants. I just be trying to start off like respectful, but if somebody getting disrespectful, then you see where I get it from. Like we'll go off, we'll pop off.
I'm really sorry, but it emotionally touches me. No, you don't quite you're living now. You guys are living now with children that grew up like this. The damage that she did to that child, you have no clue. The best clue I can give you is these feminine guys that y'all with and y'all got to deal with. That's their mama. Because see, it's women hate when I say a woman can't raise a man. A man can't raise a woman. We're not the same like that. It's not even supposed to go like that. So I'm heartbroken because of what she did to that child more than, oh boy, hey, the flag is right there. You gonna be next. You ain't paying attention, then you know what? That's what happens. But that child is going to grow up. It's just gonna be the next man. So many uncles, so many daddies.
Well, I've had female. Well, I'm gonna say this, and then I want to give it to school. But like, I've had female friends that I've warned them, especially the ones with daughters. If you have a problem with men now, you need to look down the pipeline of who your daughters are going to have to deal with. And it's going to be one extreme or the other. Everybody in between, like the halfway decent guys, they either find somebody and move on or they gone. Me and Scoob know this because we out traveling, and you too now, like after traveling with me, you done met the type of people I'm around. These ain't no broken dusties. These ain't no low quality men or nothing like that. The younger generation, the only people that's really gonna stick around are the toxic people that you don't want your daughter to deal with, or the sense that they're gonna run over and disrespect anyway.
Right.
One extreme or the other. Everybody in between, they just ghost, getting out of there.
Right. I just be telling my daughter, you know, like I said, my daughter is 17 years old, and she know basically one person besides me that been in her life majority of her, you know, existence. And like I said, they have a great bond, and I never got into it with the guy or anything like that. It was one incident where it was my daughter's 16th birthday, and he came to the party, but he felt some kind of way, and he was upset about something. And then, you know, I asked my baby mama, what's his problem? And she said he feels some kind of way because he wasn't front center of the party. And I'm like, well, that don't make sense because
yeah,
my daughter party,
it's
like
her birthday. Yeah,
her daddy is in her life. So why are you feeling like that you've been left out? You haven't been left out. You wasn't in. You know, this is my child's party. Like you can't sit here now. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, you can't be around my child or you can't be a part of it. But this is, you know, this is me and her mom, you know, thing that we put together, and you didn't put any of this in. So what makes you think you just go be in charge of it? It just didn't make any sense.
And can I say something pertaining to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I want to respond real quick, and then I'll give you the floor. That's another thing that men need to take into consideration when they decide to become a stepfather. I'm saying that as somebody that played dad. I never really expected to be front and center, and I don't look at the kid like I'm your dad and nothing like that. I'm Marcus. You ain't got to call me dad and nothing like that. You know who your dad is. But yeah, if you're thinking of dating a single mother, like that's gonna come with it. You're not gonna be front and center. You're gonna be last priority in a lot of places. And I'm not saying like don't do it. I wouldn't recommend it for somebody who doesn't have kids. Like
it's what you can deal with.
But yeah, just be going that situation, understanding the risk and the pros and cons of it. Well, really the cons of that.
Right.
That's all I got. What you got? I like your name too, by the way. The shoe in the boot.
That's for my trolls, you know, because some people you can't talk to, and if they got on the shoe in the boot, I need to leave them there. So that's to remind me that if a troll come along, and trolls are welcome to my channel, I got enough sense to know when to leave you with a shoe in the boot. But
I'm here to tell you right now.
Going back to your I'm sorry.
No, it's a little soundbite because I know you don't care about the trolls. I'm experimenting with these sound effects and stuff.
You gotta show me how to do it, man.
So going back to your situation, because of how society has groomed us all, we're all really brainwashed in different areas, different ways as far as our way of thinking. We don't want to be open-minded, but I'm calling that lady a witch, and there's so many of them out there. Wow. You can be, it's a church full of them. You're not going to go to church and not find some, okay? And you're a witch and you don't even know you're a witch because you've been groomed. And then you get that support from, it would be easier if I want to go viral. I can say, my son is on passport and I don't know what I'm going to do. My son, he voted for Trump and I would go viral like hell.
Right.
Okay. Because 50 million little witches is going to come. You want us to kick his ass for you? You want us to? I get all kind of support. Okay.
I gotta clarify something with the political thing. I voted for Trump when it wasn't cool. I voted for Trump back in 2015, 2016. I didn't vote this year because I don't necessarily agree with what's going on. I don't agree with nobody right now, so I just stayed out of it.
Me too.
My mom had my back through that when nobody else did.
So, and with me acknowledging that and publicly saying that, you could have got that feedback. First of all, she shouldn't have told you. She should have just said, "Oh, I'll talk to him." But he might have felt like that because of something she said. Not that she was trying to harm or cause any problems, okay? But a lot of times, especially if you're a witch and don't know you're a witch, we say stuff that's out of pocket. It could come from the company that we keep, and it can start problems, okay? Because see, at this point, really, it's a shame that mom and dad didn't work out, but it's also a blessing for you to be comfortable enough to say, hey, it's only two of us that's really kind of been around her. So that shows you do trust and respect him.
Right.
Okay. And he's comfortable with you also. So that little insecurity that he displayed, we don't know what was said to him to make him feel that way.
I can't put it like this. This from what I've heard. I've heard that she pays all the bills. He wasn't really doing anything to contribute. They was living together. He's paying all the bills. You know, he did a little bit. So she felt like since she was making the money, she could boss him around. So that's what I've heard.
Yeah, we didn't cover a lot of situations like that.
Now,
so Mom, after you respond to that, we're gonna play this video one more time. I want your thoughts on that.
Okay. After hearing that, then basically it's easier. Me, take my age and my experience, and trust me, he didn't have a problem with you. He had the problem with her. But it was easier to display and safer for him to display. He kind of had the problem with you. And that works both ways. Right. I had girlfriends that wanted to run the street. Okay. And I mean, actually want to run the street. Well, the best thing to say is, I'm going to go over Donna's house. Right. Donna going to go with me to the store. Donna going to go with me to this party. Donna at home, she don't know none of this. So when Donna shows up, he's automatically agitated with what she finna do now. So I'm hearing him in another room cuss her out, and in the process call me a hoe. That bitch, you got a man. She ain't got no man. Okay. Clarity, I ain't have a man because I had 2 damn kids. I laid down and had them. I didn't want another man over them. They got a daddy. So I didn't bring no men home. I did not date like that because, hey, I laid in the bed. I got 2 damn kids. I'm getting ready to raise them as a single parent, but they dad is in their life. Okay. That's why Donna's single, but he don't know none of that. I get that to him. So, you know what she would turn around and say to me? And this is women. This not just one person.
Right.
Why you taking up for him? He don't like you no way. Well, he don't like me because of you. So see, all that is that witchcraft. You a witch. You don't even know you're a witch.
Right.
You disrespecting me. And women don't hold other women accountable.
Mama.
I'm done. Go on.
No. You spitting bars right now. You dropping gems right now. But I try my best to make that a short or a reel, but I'm telling you, you gotta make shorts with this stuff. You gotta, like, if you can compact that in 3 minutes and just, like, hit them and do it like what we just did with Ung J, like, it'll get a different type of attention.
And it's not malicious. It's not malicious.
Ung J in the chat right now. He's shout out to Ung J.
Mama
he said, "Mama D."
Going on,
see, he already know. Man, Mom just hopped on. We responded to some videos. We gonna move on to the videos. I be hating to interrupt you because
Mama gonna go viral. We ain't going viral. Look, Mama going viral.
No, I told her that. Like the conversations we having here, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing compared to what we be talking about behind the scenes. So like, Mama will give it to you straight. But I know there's people here that want to see us respond to the videos. We put the panel link in the chat if you want to hop on or something. But yeah,
please subscribe.
you know, OG hopped on. She said, "Hey, I gotta talk about these
too." You know what I'm saying?
So make sure y'all subscribe to Love You More too. So for those of y'all that's just coming in, I'm gonna keep saying the same thing. Please subscribe to both our channels. Scoob, he been taking off since he just started YouTube. He got a lot of good content on traveling, on fatherhood, on just changing your perspective. Love You More. Y'all already see what you see is what you get right here. She ain't no chaser with her. You know what I'm saying?
If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen because she gonna be cooking. So
I'm gonna play this one more time, and this kind of play into like another conversation me and the OG had about therapy and stuff, because I got experiences with therapy, and I know that therapy only helps if you're using it for yourself, not if you're using it to weaponize it against other people. But I thought this was funny. Let me know what your thoughts is on this video, Mom.
For having me.
Hey. And that's why men are the problem.
All I did was sit down.
Gaslighting.
Stop! I didn't even say anything yet.
Invalidating our feelings.
So he can't do nothing without them. Since they learned some buzzwords, they just throwing it at him like everything he's doing is toxic.
I gotta cut it out.
How did I offend you?
Is that deflection?
Hey, this is accurate.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, get out.
So as it says in here, even though that was sisters, I was laughing my ass off when I first saw this, but I like the caption. It say almost every single woman in America in 2024. So this is not this don't just apply to Black women. We not just bashing the sisters here. Right. When the OG speaks, she's speaking from experience and speaking from like she knows exactly what they're doing. That's why she's a little more specific with addressing them directly. Hold on, let me take this down. But yeah, both Scoob and then Love You More. What's y'all thoughts on this video?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's flat out grooming for witchcraft. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
I like that this video kind of highlighted.
That falls up under the same heading. You're not getting nothing to 2024, 2029. But yet,
them games over with. I don't hear people saying that no more because like it ain't nothing for brothers. They too worried about brothers traveling right now.
Just like that cute little saying that they did then.
I dare any chick to say blah 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 or you ain't getting none. Like them ultimatums. Nah.
But what you don't understand is it's just another play like farting. The stink go away quickly. But that don't mean it didn't almost make you throw up, okay? Because that's how far their brain is. So that's just the one that happened 2024. They thought they was saying something cute. They thought it was making them more powerful to be able to do that. They thought it would make them even more intelligent on something for you all to think about.
Some new words.
So, right.
And it only apply when I apply it.
Yeah. So that's basically what it is. And it'll be another crusade that's going to come up next. It's still witchcraft, manipulation. I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you. Look at me. Look at me. Still same thing.
Issue with that being so smart in your own head, can't nobody tell you nothing.
Right.
What's your thoughts, Scoob?
My only thoughts is it's just another sign of not taking accountability. It's like they're trying to reverse everything to the man. I'm not just saying Black man, I'm talking about the man, period. You know, they just don't want to accept anything. You know, we can't do nothing. They feel like we can't do nothing. We can't be happy. We can't be appreciated. Nothing like that. You're here to be destroyed. That's how I look at it.
Right. As soon as you show up.
Soon as you show up, you're done.
Right.
It's over. You're canceled. Like soon as you open the door, touch the door, and come in, you're canceled. We don't like you.
But you do know they miserable as hell, right? You do know that, don't you?
Very
okay.
miserable.
Because see, as far as how you all are nothing and all that trash talk, really, we know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know the truth. They out trying to look like a trans, and y'all like, you don't need all that. You don't need all that. They listening to their girlfriends, so they got one another. And that's how come I just find it very difficult. They don't have not one friend to tell them the truth. Not one. Not one.
That start fights now.
You say that's what?
Fights. That start fights. Telling them the truth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess I better put my boxing gloves on, huh?
Well,
and it's not to be mean. It's not to be mean. It just need to be said.
Right.
And I got a couple of rants on that.
But you know,
I want to get y'all this heads up.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, go ahead, Scoop.
But you know, now
and then we'll go to the next one.
Sensitive. You can't tell people the truth now. You can't be that one real friend to somebody where if the girl got too much makeup on, you can't tell her, be like, oh, you got way too much on. Guess what? She gonna look at you as you hating, you jealous. Like, what is you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's sad. It says that people is way too sensitive these days.
You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them.
You got to. But it gets to the point where it's like, you don't even want to deal with it. So you just be like, all right, whatever. If that's how you want to look, I'll let the world see how.
No, it's just like, oh boy, they knew he was in the background. One of his friends need to tell, dude, you know she gonna do you like that. I know you all probably talk to each other. I don't know, but I'm assuming you all talk to each other more in a joking way to just get it out and get it over with. Right. So whoever's seen that video of her cussing him out, and then he said, you got a man in there, blah, blah, blah. They know who that man was in there. He need to talk to somebody. I was over old girl's house and a dude came by, and that person he telling that to need to say, dude, you know, you better run. You better get on. How could you care about people and not tell them? But I know because it was things that I wish people would have told me. I had an incident on the job and I was sad. I said, I thought they would at least dislike me enough to tell me.
Tell a story, and then we're gonna go to the next video.
I'm like, I thought they would at least dislike me enough to tell me. He said, ain't no way in hell, Donald Brown, if somebody gonna tell you something like that, they better know what they talking about. And you know these people work here don't know what the hell they talk. Ain't nobody gonna tell you when you do something wrong. So I get what you're saying, but that's not love. And let me let you in on a little secret, you know, with everybody being at the abortion center down there at the Democratic convention, but they say they Christians, okay?
Preach.
How come they ain't telling nobody nothing? How come they ain't saying nothing? Because they all a bunch of witches in there listening to that one warlock. They all a bunch of single, miserable whores giving their money to him and talking about how black men ain't nothing.
So let me give y'all this heads up because we going into uncharted territory with these next videos. I haven't watched them all, so we just responded in real time. Okay. And we're going to try to stick to the subject because this one is more focused on people worried about passport bros.
So can I make one more statement?
Go ahead.
Unc, you need to go on and come up. I mean, Mr. Celebrity Man, I'd like to see your face. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
If he's still, if he's still in the building, like I said, I'll put the link in.
Shout out to Love You Boy, y'all. Please subscribe to her. She can teach y'all things.
This why look, and now I'm about to get off subject. Y'all see where I get this from too. This is why I've been asking her to get online. I said you need a YouTube channel because, like, she can just say what she needs to say, and there's people that want to hear it. There's people, there's an audience for her, and she's gonna address them in a way that I wouldn't or couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Same with me. We all got different audiences that we're gonna reach in a different way. So I'm happy to have you on. I know that I could just sit back and let you run the whole show, but this is why I wanted.
Please don't.
My mom.
Go ahead.
As her channel grows, I do expect her to do stuff that is gonna surpass mine if she wanted to. because the reaction she gonna get from people is
I thought I was
different.
gonna turn up on my
It's different.
ever, but she turned up.
So like I said, I'm happy.
I don't have that really YouTube compassion. What made me turn up was thinking about that little boy and that witch damaging his life right on into manhood. How many men have she had?
See how you? So was that your first time seeing that?
No, I cussed out. I already had a rant about it once before when I seen it.
So that's something I go through myself. Like sometimes as a content creator, you got to be in the mood. I try to push through it, even if I'm like, yeah, I don't even feel like being on camera right now. But yeah, some stuff it's easy because it's just a reactionary. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna respond to this. I got something to say about this.
Yeah.
But if you don't act on that, then over a while, especially after we talk about it, like the energy it took for you to talk, hey man, I saw this and this was stupid.
Yeah.
Say that online. I mean, I'm not saying just don't think about it, but like you can write up a little script real quick or just make a short, like that emotion and that energy that you bring into it, like that.
But see, you was able to bring the video up and show it to them and give me a flashback. So that was a flashback.
Yeah. So like, I'm just saying, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to her because like she's gonna do it in her own way, but that way you can address something as soon as you want to, and people will be looking specifically to hear what you have to say. When we on these panels, we all like kind of taking turns responding to stuff, and it can get carried away.
Right.
But
she'll make $1 million doing shorts.
I don't know what this. I don't know where we going with this one, but there's some chick that crashed out over passport, bro. So let's.
I'll put my seatbelt on.
But y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that because our money and
see that man?
Stop
How would you
talking
view that
over
man?
me.
But would you say that man is?
I remember that.
Let me ask you a question, Edgar. Why are the passport bros not going to Sweden, Switzerland, Germany? Why are they going to Colombia?
We gotta come back to that. I'm gonna let it play some more, but I'm coming back to
Philippines, Malaysia, African countries. Why are they going there and not to Europe?
Because that's the choice that they choose.
No,
not every man. It can't be the wrong answer because you can't tell everybody where
they're
they're
modeled
going.
like the West. They're modeled like us, and they're not going to stand for their bullshit. So they go to these very, very poor
that might be the problem.
Countries where your $50,000 means the world in a third world country, and they bring them back here, and the women are subservient, and they do everything the man wants. But let me kid you not, when the women get a little education and an employment and learn the language, they might not freaking stay.
Listen to how she assuming they already uneducated. All right, so
I just got triggered. I just got triggered.
I'm gonna run. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run it back, and then when I pause it, we can kind of jump in because this is a lengthier video, and I don't want to cut y'all out. I want y'all to be able to respond, and then we'll go argument by argument. See, OG ready to cook. All right, I'm gonna run it back.
Oh, no. But y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that because our money and education.
That man?
Stop talking over me.
But would you say that man is?
She on his show. She finna bust my eardrum, man.
I want to know who the hell is y'all. Go ahead. Y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that. Go ahead.
Right, hold on.
Go ahead, School.
Man. Yo, she answered her own damn question. She answered her own question. She said, why we don't go to Europe, but we go to like Colombia and Dominican Republic and things like that because they treat us nice. And then she said, y'all don't go there because they are like y'all. They are like Americans. All right, that's the reason why we're not going there.
Right.
Because we're not dealing with that. We don't want to deal with that. So you mad because we don't want to deal with that?
But I got a bigger question. Her talking about what y'all don't like. She been a hood, but she go in the hood to teach the little black witches. But because she the queen witch, but how she know y'all don't go there? I don't think we can go no place where it ain't some black people. So how she know? How she get to say that? I remember being on a panel with Marcus and Uncle Jay, and hey, half of the world was covered. They had like at least 7 people, and they was all from different places. How she know? She probably ain't even been downtown in her own doggone state. She probably haven't even been to the capital in her own state. I'm tired of these people calling other stuff third world when they haven't even been to a toilet before. They go to washrooms, okay?
I want to say this on that point.
Third world country. Third world.
No. I'm gonna start here, and now I'm finna have a moment like OG. Why do everybody always go to Europe? And I say go to Europe as in they mention that it is the pinnacle of travel success. Fuck Europe. If you don't want to go to Europe, don't go to. Stop telling people where to go.
Right.
Did you know that the United States is experiencing a travel ban from other countries right now? So that's a little bit of a different argument, but we look at ourselves and we look at Europe for some reason like it's the end all be all. Everybody don't want to go to Europe. Everybody don't want to go to America. Get your motherfucking head out your ass. You know what I'm saying? When I hear people say that, both of y'all are right.
Focus
for one,
on yourself and not everybody else.
No. Yeah. Man your business. Don't worry about what everybody else doing. You don't care about them the way that you pretend to care. My mom is right. We already know people in Bulgaria. We already know people in Germany. We already know people in Paris and France. I told you, I've been to Paris. France sucks. France was trash. Don't tell me I've never been there. I've been there. It was trash. I would rather be in DR. I would rather be in Colombia. And economically, it made more sense for some people. Everybody don't have to go to where you think is the best place to go. If you think it's so great, you go there. A lot of people go to African countries. We go to African countries and realize, why don't y'all go somewhere different? You know what I'm saying? I could take that in so many different directions.
Just like she's doing all that. She probably don't even have a passport. And
another motherfucker bring up Europe like that's some Eurocentric. That to me that is a supremacy mindset, a supremacist mindset.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about going to no Europe unless it's a place I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And if I am, and I can tell you this from experience, as far as putting out content videos, that shit gets nowhere near the attention. They're not looking for you to be in Europe. They're not looking for you to be in African countries, to be in Kenya, to be in Tanzania, to be in Ghana. They're not looking at any of that. All the attention goes to when you're in Latin America or Asia. So fuck these people that's talking. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on she used the word y'all. Now let me tell you what the little witch sound like to me. She sound like a disgruntled grandmother and she got a mixed child. Okay. She sound like Black Lives Matter. So really we shouldn't be giving her the time of the day. She is entertainment, okay?
Yeah, I just feel like she thought she was.
Well, I'm saying that not just to her. I'm saying that's such a lame ass.
Right.
You keep hearing it over and over and over, and no matter what you say, they ignore that shit.
It's a lot of her. It's a lot of her. Black Lives Matter.
If us as black men, if we go to any other country, it's wrong. If you go to Europe, I've experienced this. Why you go to Europe? It's racist out there.
And you know what else she sounds like? I'm sorry. You know what else she sounds like?
Back to the point that you can't do nothing right for these people, so stop listening to them. What they sound like.
But see, it's a little bit deeper. It's a little bit deeper. See, this all the stir up is because black men is doing it. Okay, either her granddaddy or her daddy was in the service, and that motherfucker. I'm sorry, and he didn't come back home. He was tired of her, and he was tired of her mama. Because notice when you do go to these places, you always see them cool little old dried up white men. having the time of their life.
And you know,
It was because these witches messed them around so mentally. They was really the first passport people, but it was a secret. It was a secret. Now you black guys, we can't let you all do that. And you know, us black women, we got to show you that we're really the queen. You see our trophy of that big heifer. You better recognize.
Right.
So now you got some of the whites that's pissed off. They found out our secret. They telling everybody. So it's such a big stirring pot that wants to be against the passport bros. Okay. So that's how come every way you turn, they're going to pick out something negative about it. So see, it is y'all screwing them big time, all of them. But I'm very proud of you guys. You're also organized with it. Just as all somebody got to do is reach out. Hey, I didn't sit back and seen y'all do it. And hey, you didn't took me someplace and I seen it in real time.
That's all I wanted. Yeah. And for
I
you to
seen it so can't nobody tell me nothing. Oh, I might as well throw in that those whores that you witches feel intimidated by. They're more lady than you all are. They showed me more respect than the average black chick.
Talking about the Sasua. I took her to the red light district and we went there to eat at Flip Flops and go to the Ocean Club. You know, the part of the country where they want to block the beaches off from the locals and build more resorts. But
okay, we're gonna move on. I'm sorry. I know I opened up another door, but I had to throw that out there.
Now you just definitely passionate about what you're talking about, and that's I respect that because you know, like you said, they need to hear this. Like, how do you? What was you talking about? You all, like she said, you talking about these third world countries, and y'all. And your not to be taking offense, but your apartment might be a third world country.
But wait a minute, just and it is trailer. See, the other problem that black people don't seem to get is stop talking about the people in the hood. At this point, they need to be talked about. Hey, they need to be talked about to shame them. Okay, but you don't hear white people on here talking about they trailer trash.
Right.
Social media ain't gonna let that happen, and they not gonna do that.
Let's welcome Unc to the stage.
Uncle Jay.
And,
hey, what's going on, man? Sorry I couldn't get on earlier, man. Unc out here trying
Congratulations,
to
you blowing up out here.
Uncle Jay. Nice to meet you, man.
Hey, what up, Scoob? What up, Scoob?
What's up?
Yeah, man, just chilling, enjoying life, man. Trying to block out the haters. That's all.
No, let them see. Let them see.
Well, we give them a little attention today, but I feel you on that.
Uncle Jay, ain't gonna lie. I always wanted to come to Columbia, but I was scared because I was hearing about what was going on. I know somebody now. I'm safe.
Right? Oh, yeah, you good. And you know what? That's normal because a lot of people aren't. They just still think about the Pablo days and, you know, things like that. But it's changed a lot, man. They've cleaned it up a lot. Like here, bro, we got families and the kids playing soccer over there, and just man, ain't nobody bothering us.
It look beautiful out there, man.
Yeah, man. I it was the best move that I could have ever done, you know?
Yes.
But yeah, it's crazy how I'm like, ain't no way as a grown man I'm gonna let somebody dictate when I can travel, when I can't, especially a girlfriend. I understand, like, you know, a wife letting them know, you know, giving them that respect. You know what I'm saying? But she talking about a girlfriend getting those privileges? No way. No way. I made even with the one I'm with now, I made that quite clear. Like, look, when I get rid of the travel, when I do my YouTube thing, don't make me choose YouTube and you. You know, because I'm out. You know, because too many guys they give up certain rights, and then once you give it up, that's it. You can never go back.
Right.
Facts.
So I'd rather tell her, look, I'm gonna step out a little bit. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And if I If I don't do anything, then that's fine. But I'm always keep them options open, man.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because it's crazy out here.
So we was reacting to some videos, and we kind of in the middle of one, but I don't depend on how long it is or how worked up.
I said, which one? You talking about the one you just played?
Yeah. Well, I ain't even see the rest of it.
It's not that long. It's not that long. I seen this video before.
Is it worth watching the rest of it?
It's most definitely worth watching the rest of it because she got her feelings because she knew she was wrong.
Okay.
So, because I saw, I think Kevin Samuel was reacting to this. That's how old this video is.
Dang.
So Cameron Samuel was.
Oh, it's been popping up in my algorithm. So
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna just let it play all the way through. We might pause it a little bit just for the YouTube bots.
Let me ask you a question, Edgar. Why are the passport bros not going to Sweden, Switzerland, Germany? Why are they going to Colombia, the Philippines, Malaysia, African countries? Why are they going there and not to Europe?
Because that's the choice that they choose.
No,
not every man.
Wrong,
that is
wrong
that
answer.
if that
Wrong
no,
answer.
that can't. It can't be the wrong answer because
the
you can't tell
European
everybody
women
where
are
they're
modeled
going.
like the West. They're modeled like us, and they're not going to stand for their bullshit. So they go to these very, very poor countries where your $50,000 means the world in a third world country, and they bring them back here, and the women are subservient, and they do everything the man wants. But let me kid you not, when the women get a little education and an employment and
because they don't have any of
learn
that.
the language, they might not frickin' stay. They use the men, the American men, the schmucks as an outlet to get here.
So let me ask you a question.
Because why can't you find what you're looking for here if you're a good man, that is, right? If you're a good man.
Okay, I'll take part of what you said to reason why. Because you said that they take your little $50,000. See, maybe our
because
50,000.
Here it doesn't mean
hold
shit.
on, hold on. But
real.
exactly. See, it means it doesn't mean shit
here.
But if you listen, it doesn't mean shit to the women who not accepting and don't see.
Not when I make over six figures.
Hold on, wait,
doesn't mean
wait,
shit.
hold on. But it doesn't make sense to a woman.
Of course it
in
does.
that fact, when a man is working hard and putting in blood, sweat, and tears just to get his $50,000, see that woman
get a
doesn't
better
appreciate.
job, do better.
See, but that don't appreciate it. You
Have
see
more
how that?
ambition.
You see
Have
how
more
that is?
I did.
It's unappreciated. That's the reason why passport bros do what they do, because simply what you said, because they feel unappreciated for the hard work that they
better
do.
and make more money.
And on top of that, those women from those other countries.
Important?
Have some emotional intelligence and make more money.
But why?
Edgar, you're trying to reason with the liberal. It's not going to work.
But why making more money is more important? Why is
what
that
do you
more
think
important?
50,000 is going to buy in America with the state of the economy?
But he works hard for it. Well, how would you feel if somebody said that your little $50,000 don't?
I make double that, so it's irrelevant.
Not you though. Not you. What about a woman that does?
Making 50,000.
But how much was the woman from the other country making? But how much was the woman from the other country?
But what about a woman who makes $50,000 and that man said, "I'm not going to be with you because your little $50,000 don't mean shit."
But y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that because our money.
How would you see that man? But would you say that man is? Would you say that man is horrible? Would you say that man is he don't accept a woman?
That's it. I'm dropping you.
She trail of trash.
So that was her show.
She's trail of trash.
Yo, that was
trail of trash.
Man.
Trust me.
I guarantee you, she does not make $100,000 a year.
She is trail of trash. Let me tell you something. The real woman that's making that kind of money spend very little time on social media like that. That's how come they're hard for you all to find.
Right.
Because the real woman do not spend all her time on social media because they're too busy handling their business. Legitimate business. And that's how come you got when I would be, oh, you got the wrong girl. Oh, I'm still saying, oh, you just got the wrong one. And it's because that's what flaunts in front of you. That's what's got their ass hanging out in front of you. That's the woman that you don't know if to get on a dresser or get in the bed with when she take all that transsexual stuff off. Okay?
That lady that was talking, man, that made my hair hurt, man. Like,
that voice is very.
Who wants to be bothered with that? I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how smart,
Well,
educated you
remember,
are.
that's
Who
where our
wants
black
your
witches learned
body?
it from. Her.
That's a
Her.
headache. That's why I didn't even say that.
Hey, Uncle
That's why
Jay.
men's life expectancy
Yeah.
isn't as long.
I need to
Stuff
hear
like
Uncle Jay
that.
respond to
That's
this
some
one.
stress. Yeah. So
I
let's see
want to hear Uncle Jay respond to
what
this
you think,
because I am
man.
man. I want to hear Uncle Jay respond to this one. What you got on this one, man?
Man, look. First of all, isn't Austin Holloman in Africa?
Yeah.
Isn't BMT in
Kenya, Nairobi.
Thailand? Is it? I mean, I know brothers in Denmark. I know brothers in Norway. I know brothers all over the world, bro. It's just that a lot of the content creators only deal with certain areas, but there's brothers out here all over the place. You know, Germany. You know, matter of fact, low key, that was one of the first. I mean, I like to say
Germany.
that the military brothers were the original passport bros, man. Brothers in the army been going to Germany since the 70s, bro. They've been going to Germany getting it in since the 70s, but nobody cared until a camera came out and they start seeing it for themselves, like brothers checking out. But why are you so mad? Like, I don't get mad about the chicks getting rubbed down in Jamaica on the raft. I don't
Right.
get mad about I don't get mad about black chicks swirling. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about gay guys doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time to worry about somebody else. All I worry about is myself. But what it is, the reason why I think a lot of these women are getting upset is because we're taking away resources. Like you said, the last
Exactly.
stream we did, they want you
Taking
successful
away that
and
money.
stupid. And as long as you're stupid, they can control you. But when you get
Right.
smart and you're like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna get that vasectomy. I'm going to um, get a house on my own. You know, I got a cousin, man. He lives here, and he's like, man, my girl, she's really my wife. We've been married 40 years. She's good with money. I just can't leave her. But he giving her a full time husband, but she's a part time wife. She won't cook
Mm.
for him. He said he ain't had sex with her in over a year, and it's usually like once a year or something like that. You know, I call it charity sex. You know, and
Hey.
it's just like, really, bro. I was like, bro, you know what I would do? I was like, you keep this house. I'm gonna take my retirement, and I'm gonna. She's got a retirement. Leave her the house, leave her everything, and come over here, bro, and you can live way better. Well, she good with money. You're acting like as if you can't handle your finances on your own.
Right.
That's what that tells me. So yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, she's just upset, bro.
And I mean, going back to what you said, it seemed like that she could see that, she could sense that, so she's gonna use that for her
Of
advantage.
course, of course, of course,
But
absolutely.
what I think about this, it's like let's be real. She's of age, and she
Right,
she she's of age, and she knows that a lot of people that's in these different countries that she said that we go to are
right,
beautiful, prettier, more
right.
respectful, and everything like that. So yeah, she mad
Yeah,
because
she answered her
she
own
losing off
question with
the
all that.
resources, and I bet you she's still single to this day.
All of us need
Of
our
course she is.
millions.
I'd be willing to bet on it. Single and miserable.
And very miserable.
You know, the thing that was crazy, man, is that how the video that Marcus put up when we were on the other day, how that shit just took off, man, and the big the big difference between how the men felt versus how the women felt.
Yeah.
Like, I would say 90% of the dudes was like positive, and really I can't even say the other ones were really negative. They basically was just pointing out you should never move in with the woman. I disagree. If that was my wife, aren't we supposed to be as one?
Right.
Isn't what's mine supposed to be hers, and
Right.
vice versa? I didn't care about that, but what they fail to realize is that I had an exit plan. That's the difference. When you got an exit plan, it don't matter what situation you're in, you can bail out.
Right.
And that's exactly what the hell I did, bro. and I'll stick by that to the day I die. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and even with this situation, I mean, I love my girl. She good to me. We rock well, but you let something get uncomfortable for me, I'm out. But you got to have your paper right so you can make a move if you're living with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I mean, it's funny how people interpret things the way that they want to interpret it. Because Marcus was like, when we were talking about that, I was like, damn, how did it come to? My girl had a house. I decided to leave. Good. She needed to put you out because you're a bum and you're the. I mean, it was crazy, man.
Yeah, they
It
twist
was
the story up all kind of
it
ways.
was crazy. It's like now I'm a bum when the first thing I said is that I was an over the road truck driver. Matter of fact, I was an owner operator. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I was making more money than she was. So, but you know, people will make the narrative what they want to, man. That's why I don't even sweat that shit no more. And I just
Real
realized
quick,
that some people are not going to be happy.
And never
I
will
wanna
be.
I wanna run through the comments real quick, and then I see we got Love You More back. I'm bringing you back on. You was backstage. Lux Travel says the reason Europe is held in high regard is because they produce many items people idolize. China kind of proved otherwise, but I get it. Luxury goods that signify wealth are typically always European, and again, that's a supremacist. That's relative. You can get way better quality stuff in different places, but imagine paying paying all this money for stuff that's being extorted from all or taken from all over the world in the first place. That's why I think that's BS. I understand that they look at France as like the place of fashion and German cars are like the top of the line and all that, but bro, Europe is not all that.
It's
There's some
all
interesting.
overrated.
And when you want, don't get me started on Britain. Don't get me started on the British Museum. All the shit they done stole and said that it was donated. No, it's a different. It's not what they make it to be. I'm not kissing Europe's ass on that. That's not the best place I could be. Is it worth traveling to? Sometimes, sure. Can you have a good time out there? Yeah. Do you need some money to go to some places? Not all the places. They got some cheap European countries, and they got some expensive ones. But Europe and the US, they're just other countries. It's just a country. Don't flatter yourself with Europe is the best place to be. Fuck Europe. That's how I feel. The lifestyle they live, and see, that's why people get mad at me, because it's like, I've been there. Kiss my ass. There's other places I would rather be. The lifestyle that they live is also one that makes American lifestyle seem like all work, no play. That is envy. That's not just Europe. And I don't disagree with you, Lux Travel. That's not just Europe. Like, a lot of countries give their workers holidays. People take breaks in the middle of the day instead of working 8 to 12 to 16 hours nonstop. But yeah, the work schedule is crazy here.
They get 2 hours. They get 2 hours lunch break here. They also have 18 holidays compared to our 10 major holidays.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So these other countries with
18.
holidays.
They actually don't focus on work. They focus more on family. I've never seen the togetherness that I've seen here in America. Never.
Our holidays in the States is consumer based. Like, there's always a holiday around the corner for you to spend some more money. Spend your money.
What it is.
Like,
That's all we do.
Being in these other countries, the stuff is closed down. Like Unc said, everybody with family, the stores closed, or if they open, they close.
They won't even let you.
Like,
They won't let you do. They won't let you hammer a nail on
yeah,
a
the point
holiday.
is
Like the
to
police
observe
will
a
come to
holiday.
your house and shut you down. Like, because I know that from my projects that I'm doing. Every time they went over a certain day, they was like, nah, you got to shut it down. Or after 5 o'clock, you got to shut it down. Like, they care more about that. But also, why wouldn't you want to go to a place that's more affordable? You know, why would I want to go to Paris and I'm going to be broker than I was in the United States or
That's the
Dubai or
biggest
some of these other
difference.
places, right? Nobody's complaining about all these chicks getting flown out to Dubai, and you know what goes down there.
Yo, they don't want to have that conversation.
Exactly. But the problem
Oh, we
is
don't.
that they want to control us, man, and I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I probably will never even file for a divorce from my wife. You know why? Because I don't care about what the American laws is now. I'm so far gone, bro, and I'm never gonna do it again. So it doesn't affect me
Right.
at the end of the day. I'm just gonna live my life, man. Like I give an example, bro. When I decided I was done, she came here. We tried to work it out for about a month, 2 months, and I was just like, this ain't gonna work. And so the next call I got was, oh, be careful when you come back to the United States because I'm going to have because the police got a warrant for you when you come in. First of all, why would she warn me? That's number one.
Right.
Number two is that does she think I'm
Pay
stupid?
some attention.
Yeah, just for
First
some
of all, you can't put a
Mm.
warrant on somebody without some evidence, especially domestic stuff.
Right.
Domestic, they can't get into the middle of your finances. Though that's my money. You know what I'm saying? But she got
Right.
mad because when I liquidated shit, um, I I did what I took my money that I had put invested in that relationship, but she wanted me to walk away with nothing. And I was like,
Mm.
ain't no way. But my thing is, it's like, okay, do what you do. You in a marriage, you can't tell. I've known plenty of women that drain the bank account dry, and ain't a damn thing the men can
We
do
hear
about it
about it
but
all the
divorce.
time,
Mm.
Not a
That's
damn
all
thing.
you
So
hear in America.
so stop it.
and there's no
Stop it.
shame with that. Let me
If that
get
was
to
the
the
case,
rest
there
of
would
these
be a lot of
comments.
women in jail.
Because if it was vice
Facts.
versa, whew.
Lux
But it's
Travel
just
say here's the
jealousy, bro.
pushback. Here's the pushback. Before Passport Bros, there was a men's movement against girls trips.
Right.
Maybe the Jamaica thing. The mid 2010 saw a boom in women's trips and men complaining about them.
Right.
And then I read the other comment already. He said so much that a movie was made in 2017. I don't know if he's referring to how Stella got her groove back, but yeah, there's been documentaries and movies about girls trips. And they celebrate it. Girls trip. Okay, yeah, the movie Girls Trip.
Yeah, girls trip. I saw one. I don't know if it was TikTok. I know it was a short that this lady went on a girls trip in Jamaica. She came back and had HIV.
Tragic. I mean, yeah. Oh, but yeah, we supposed to be out in other countries giving and passing it back and forth and all that.
But you
Now
know
men
what?
are
But you
traveling.
don't hear
My
about
bad.
that
Let me
though.
just read
Dude,
this
that's
one. Now
crazy.
men traveling more than they have in the past. So it's expected that there's going to be some commenting about that.
Of course,
I mean,
it's going to be. Of
yeah.
course, there's going to be comments about it because, like Jay say,
Yeah.
they're losing their resources. We are the resources. So I mean, of course, that's going to happen. We need our
millions. All of us need our millions. We want our millions, and this ain't right what they doing.
It was a time where we did care, but now that they're showing us that they don't care, why we continue to care?
Yeah, why stick around?
Why stick around?
Yo,
So,
shout out
We
to
damn sure
Xanatos
don't care
Clutch.
about no boss B and all that other stuff, bro. Like,
Shout out to Xanatos Clutch in the building. He say holidays in America are either to consume and trick on brides,
right?
being stuck with relatives who can't stand you, or run errands and do doctor's appointments.
Because it's family members that don't like other family members, and that's weird.
But you work day in and day out, and
you work.
You got to combine your off days with a holiday just to take care of yourself or run other people's errands.
And then they still
That's
tax
crazy.
you double. They tax you way more when you work on holidays.
I see Love You More is on stage. I don't know if you want to be on stage or not yet. But I just wanted to let you know I see you back in the building. Let me know if you want to come back on. When she was outside, I had muted her because of the background noise.
And it was like, with that, it was like she want guys to feel guilty, and it's like, I'm not going for that. That's why she started yelling and screaming, "Shut up! Let me talk!"
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay,
she had to shut down what he was saying.
Like, we ain't falling for that shit no more, so you can't get your way. And then it was her. I think it was her panel. That was her panel that she was doing it. And
yeah, when she cut it off, yeah, I realized that. I got three more videos we can react to.
Let's get it.
Made this video replying back to my passport bros are dangerous.
You see what she doing? She is cooking. And look at this. What are you talking about?
And she looks scared. She also looks like she has
Really?
no other option, that she doesn't know that there's more to life. No shade to her, but it is clear that she's also not taking care of herself. Because how could she when she's living with a passport bro? Because passport bros aren't well endowed in the wallet department. That's why they travel to countries that are impoverished. So he brought this lady back to his apartment while having her cook for him, not take care of herself, and tell her that that's the dream. Mind you, in the comments, it's a bunch of other men being like, yeah, like she just doesn't know. These men are going to other countries looking for women who are less fortunate, who will accept breadcrumbs. And I cannot wait for those women to wake up and take whatever's left of them. I hope they find someone who actually has money and they leave them.
And
So I'm gonna actually play that back. Wait, what you was gonna say, School?
Yeah, her name is Infinity. What her name is?
I don't know. I'm gonna play it
Infinitely
back.
balanced, bitch. Sitch, you're not balanced. You're not balanced at all.
I was just about to ask
Just
anybody in the chat, do this look like a happy person to you? Does this look or sound like a happy person?
Big ass apartment. That's apartment. You got that big ass apartment, and you the only one by yourself. You miserable ass sitch.
Love you more. Just give me a wave or something backstage if you want to come back on, cause I see you, but wait, Xanatos Clutch. He say she looks like an offspring of a, I don't know, WM passport bro that enjoyed himself too much.
Yeah. A woman's passport, a passport sister.
Okay.
Sister. But she'd be the same one.
Oh, okay.
And
she's trying to pull
she'll
a
probably be the one
in
in Jamaica getting them Chiefs clap. Be the same one.
So I'm glad you did that. I think Love You More, she linked her channel so that this could stream to her channel as well. So like I said, I see you backstage. Damn, I saw her backstage. She just got off. But I'm gonna play this back. And yeah, WM White Man, I got it. Yeah, she do look like one of the old heads out in Asia with the gut, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Replying back to my passport bros are dangerous.
You see what she doing?
So as soon as I saw this, that was like an immediate shutdown. Like his video was perfect because he just shut her down with pure evidence. Like this ain't no work. Like she out here, we chilling. There's my lady kissing or whatever,
right?
And they cooking and they just chilling. That was his only response. So that sent her up the wall. She had to come back with this.
She is cooking. And look at this.
Oh, I didn't notice that the first time.
Yeah, you didn't see that first?
Wait. Is that a left hand? I don't know. It could be the way he mirrored it, I should say.
Yes.
But do she look threatened or something? Do she look scared? Do she look broke and dusty and uneducated and all that? No, she looked like she's at home, relaxed, cooking for her man.
She looked at this and said, "Oh, she ain't saying nothing, so she's scared." She's terrified.
That's scary. Not this chick. Listen to her create this false narrative. She just bypassed everything she saw and wanted to make up this story. That's very dangerous. That would be another reason I would tell brothers, don't interact with chicks like this. They will make stuff up and try to get you on a hook for something. I see you came backstage. Just wave. Let me know when you're ready to come back up.
What they call this? Okay. She trying to go viral. I don't know what they call it, but she's trying to go viral. Like
this
a viral
was
moment.
Let's see what I gotta respond to the rest of it.
And she looks scared.
She looks like a hater. Like they hate to see stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
She don't look like a hater. She is a hater.
Yeah, but I'm scared of that face right there. Like that, she looks like one of them trying to destroy you because they don't want to see you happy type of man. She
looked like the type.
This is lame.
I'm gonna just be real. She look like the type. If you don't give her what she want, it's gonna be that grape charge on you.
Yeah, so why even mess around? Like she's creating. I would see this and say, this is creating more of what you don't want. Look, we're done with the shaming. We done with the bad. She already started off wishing something bad happened to the man or happened to the girl, whatever.
Right.
Nobody wants to be bothered with that. So you're creating more brothers getting away. And I say brothers, I'm saying just Western men in general. You're chasing them away. You're not attracting anyone with this type of attitude.
She also looks like she has no other option, that she doesn't know that there's more to life.
Wow.
She's the female core root. She's the root of the male hatred. She's the root, okay?
Yeah, well, both. Because she don't know this woman. She just created her. She made the straw man fallacy of this woman being poor and destitute and don't know any life other than she getting breadcrumbs. Like, why would you, as a woman, why would you talk down on another woman like that you don't even know?
Because that's what makes her the root. She's not a lamb. She's not a leaf. She's the root.
That's a superiority complex. Where's her man? Where's her husband?
She don't have one.
Oh, she's very single. That house echoing.
She don't have one. But she have plenty of girlfriends. See, this is where black women really get it from. That is a root. That is a root. And I'm trying not to change the show. That's the root that Michelle Obama fucked up, and she didn't get the full memo. That's the root. That's Hillary right there. Okay. Hillary knew how to play the game a little bit better. That's why she still got a man, and the rest of these hoes is single.
Right.
No shade to her, but it is clear that she's also not taking.
Stop. That was I hate when they do this. No
Wait,
shade, but throwing shade.
Oh,
I hate when they do that. No shade to her, but she looked like she don't have nothing. This is her last resort. She's in a third world country. She's scared, but you telling her no shade. But that's all you doing is throwing shade.
Looks like she has no other option. That she doesn't know that.
I'm trying to catch the part where she said no shade.
No shade to her, but it is clear that.
But absolute shade to her. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Absolute shade.
Like of herself.
Now she not taking care of herself. Look who's talking.
But you just said no shade, sweetheart. Make it make sense.
What?
Like they
Zoom
say, you're
out.
so smart, you're dumb.
Zoom out. She don't look like she taking care of herself. These Dr. Robotnik body-built chicks got the nerve to be worried about who not taking care of themselves in another country. And she's cooking. They not out at McDonald's. They not out in no $400 steakhouse. They cooking at home. They chilling. But you talking about somebody not taking care of themselves. Get out of here.
I'm here to tell you right now.
Better help in her.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
Because how could she when she's living with a passport bro? Because passport bros aren't well endowed in the wallet department. That's why they travel to countries that are impoverished. So he brought this lady back to his apartment.
So we don't know what country, maybe y'all do. I don't know what country the brother and that and his lady was in. But what if that was Europe? I know it wasn't. I'm just saying, like, this goes back to that superiority. If it's not the US or it's not Europe, everybody else is poor.
Right.
That's very discriminatory. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say racist, but it's.
But how do
it's unnecessary?
That he's even a passport, bro. He might.
Cause she saw something she don't like. Let me know. I see she on the panel, but I had muted your mic because the dog barking. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry. I understand. She's a witch, and that's a comfort. No shade. That's just like when the white girl tell you, I'm sensitive. That means be nice to me. Be nice to me because I'm gonna fuck you around. That's code word, but you know we don't know that. But they could be right here in Chicago. They don't even have to be out of the country. She just could have. She might be stalking him and know that he's a passport because he said it.
Let me respond to that though, because I just thought about it. The only indication that she would have is because he responded to she made some other video and he responded to her with his video. So that's probably how she came to that conclusion, but she don't know where they are. Everywhere outside the U.S. is not some poor, broken, dusty country. Now, the GDP may be different, the earning may be different, but that don't mean everybody's struggling. And that's very that's a superiority complex to even have this outlook that she has. And it's also another example. I know that they said this in another video already, but like, why does everything have to go up for you to respect it?
Right.
We not all millionaires. People front like they are because they in debt. But you can go to another country with less money and not go into debt. But these people would rather you stay in a country where the inflation is crazy. You can make good money, but you're losing it because you're spending everything. You getting paid here and handing it over there.
Right. And then I heard
my most expensive bills is here. When I'm on vacation or I travel, I'm not gonna say I'm saving money, but my money stretches farther than I would be at home. Just being home alone, like every day I walk out the door, I'm spending money, food, gas. Anybody want to hang out? That's why I want to hang out with y'all.
Right.
Why? Go ahead, my bad.
When you go to a different country, we can walk everywhere. You know, we
facts.
We can walk everywhere.
Uber everywhere.
You catch an Uber or anything like that, like Thailand. They got those little things in Thailand where you can get on the back of them.
The bot bus, yeah. Like 10 baht. You can
get
on, just hop on the bus.
Like that, give them like 20, 30 cents. Take you wherever you want to go. Or up the strip or something like that. But when you come back here, you gotta get gas. You gotta get your car fixed if it break down. You gotta, if your car break down, you gotta buy a whole another car. So it's crazy. And you do make sense when you say that. And then I want to say, she say they want control, or is it that you don't have control and you want the control, you don't have it, and you can't get control no more?
That's also something that's particular to this environment. So like we'll see some of that when sisters, when I say sisters, I mean like American chicks.
American women.
When they travel, Scoob already spoke on this on his channel. Their experience overseas is not always the same as brothers. So the control dynamics or the being able to bring your mentality from the States everywhere else, it don't work like that for everybody. So that's another reason they got an issue with guys traveling.
I mean, like we see it every day. We see them recording, thinking they doing something, thinking they can act a certain way in these different countries, and the different countries ain't having that.
You're gonna get a different. You're gonna F around, find out.
We don't have those problems because we know what we're doing. We know what we're getting into.
Well, you guys are going over there also with a different mindset.
Yes,
right.
That's what I'm going to say. A different mindset.
And even in the places we pick to go, it's a different mindset. Like we're not looking to go places that cost more, where our dollar does less. And there's nothing wrong with that, but somehow people demonize it like you're cheating. No. Why is it not cheating when these corporations move your jobs overseas? They doing the same thing. The same thing with the rich folks, with the bureaucrats that got offshore bank accounts. They doing the exact same thing. Worse, because they're actually exploiting people. They're actually doing underpaid labor and child labor and stuff. They're doing things that the average traveler have no way of exploiting people to that extent.
Right.
But just for taking a trip and like dating chicks overseas, somehow that's oppression.
You know what? Before you start another video,
I'm tired of looking at her face, man.
I want to go back. I want to go back to Miss Love You More said. It's been going on for years as far as passport bros, but the moment when a camera was made and a black man doing it,
receipts.
It was showing receipts about it. That's when it became a problem. Because if it was going on what the white man was doing, probably when only white man was doing it,
no,
we didn't have this problem.
Bro, look up Cuba Dave, and I rock with Cuba Dave. They did mess with him when he first started going crazy with the writing of books and showing a lot on camera.
Right.
Cuba Dave, I got these videos saved on YouTube. I can go find them. Like, there's been non-black travel vloggers that was wilding out, showing all type of stuff, writing books, giving everybody game on traveling. How do I know? Because I looked up to them. I was following them.
Can I
But
make
they
a
ain't getting
comment
nowhere
on
near
that
the
too?
backlash. Yeah, and then I'm gonna get this Dr. Robotics off the screen.
She look like a robot.
I want to say, really, yes, white men been doing it forever, but so have black men.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't want to say anything because they didn't want it to get spoiled. And they didn't want, it was their insecurities why it didn't get out sooner.
Ooh, I ain't think about
You're
that.
talking about
think
the
about
men
it. Think about
traveling
it.
or
Because
they didn't?
I'm talking about many moons ago when the white men would be they would get broken, because I've even talked to some white guys that they wives then cheated on them with their friends and all type of stuff. Okay. Even with the first cousin, and they broken, they don't want to come back here. So it's like here, the military make you hold you accountable for stuff. And they like, give her whatever you gonna give her. I don't care what you do. I ain't going back.
Okay, you talking about the guys? Yeah.
Or they come home and walk in on some stuff and they leave. The military once again gonna make them take care of home. Who cares what you take from me? Because where I'm at and where I have been, if you give me crumbs, I'm gonna have my peace of mind and I'm gonna be able to make it. Okay.
And another point, I mean, we've said this many times. I'm agreeing with you, Mom, but like, speaking of these so-called crumbs, if these places are so destitute and poor and oppressed, why are they always happier there than in these other countries?
Right.
Have you been to Europe? Them people don't be happy all the time, especially France. I'm gonna be dissing France for life. That place was trash, at least towards me. Why would I go to a place that didn't receive me well? And why are these so-called poor countries, why are people happier? I'm not the only person saying this.
I could do a rant on that too. I mean, I wasn't there for a long time, but I was there enough to see those people are very happy where I went. Very happy. I went on both sides of the island. Very family orientated. Very family orientated. Okay. I didn't go there looking for trouble. I don't go looking for nothing.
Right.
But I pay attention to everything. I didn't. The real amazing thing is I didn't see not one argument. I didn't see nobody talking loud to anything. If anybody had the potty mouth, it was me. If anybody looked a little obnoxious, and I didn't know Spanish, so I wasn't even getting that opportunity to respond or anything like that. The red light people, they were very respectful and still got their point across and was very respectful.
Yes.
They respected me. They looked at me and they looked at my son, who they could have assumed it was my son, but it didn't have to be, because it's some older bras out there that, go for younger guys. Okay.
Right.
But they respected me enough to let me walk by. But because my guard is up from these horrible witches that I live in the country with, I'm paying attention to see, hey, do I need to move? Hey, do I feel hate vibes? Hey, so I'm paying attention to that because I was groomed to pay attention to in this third world country that they think is the great. And they waited till I walked by and was like, hey, you can always dump her shit, but they smiled at me. They nodded at me. No disrespect. So everybody was happy. I didn't even hear anybody.
What's up?
Go ahead,
Everybody
Mom.
was
Finish your
happy.
thought, but I just want to give you
No,
the
that's
floor if you
it.
want to say anything. If
Oh
you want
no.
to say anything before we move to the next, we got like 2 more.
Okay. I can like my first experience at DR. It was crazy. I mean, you get those kind of people where they be trying to scam you, but when they know you ain't with that, and they'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
well, we can't get him. But other than that, man, other than
Yeah,
that,
she
no, it was.
experienced that.
I never saw anything like that. Like far as family origin, everybody cool with each other. I didn't see a fight. I didn't see an argument.
Yeah, one of those shootouts.
It wasn't no
One
shootout.
no
It was all
race protests, at
yeah,
least not
nothing.
to the extent that's here.
Nothing. It was just all great vibes. It was shocking to me to the point where when I was leaving, I cried. I didn't want to leave. I was willing to give up everything I had here and go back there. So that's why we go to these different countries and don't want to come back, because when we come back here, we know it's very miserable, very miserable. So,
And we got to keep in mind that these people are so programmed. They don't know what we're talking about. We're talking a foreign language. There's something
Right.
wrong with us. We don't have a clue, But like I said, a lot of these people who are doing this, they haven't even been to the capital of their state.
facts.
And we expecting them to understand what we trying to tell them. But that go back to a shoe in the boot. You got to let them keep the shoe in the boot, because they not trying to hear it. Although we still trying to shout it from the mountaintop
Yeah.
for those few that we can get. But I really hats off to you guys on how I just to see how it unfolds. At this point, a stranger can even walk up to me and say, I want to get the hell out this country. And guess what? I know who to direct them to. And it's a lot of you all. If one don't have time or one not going, you all will help each other out.
Right.
And that is the way it's supposed to be. So they're placing you, what they're really trying to do, and I think that it's all nationalities, everybody, especially in America. And I'm so happy that it's not working. They're trying to do what you all are familiar with. They're trying to do the shame tactic.
Right, yeah, that's all they got for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, because you can't restrict one demographic's travel without it affecting the rest of American
Yeah.
citizens.
Right.
But it's making y'all stronger, and I'm so proud that it's making you all stronger.
Yes. And they see that's not working anymore for real.
Yeah, the shame has stopped working a long time ago.
And you all displaying you all's relationship, how you all linked up. You could hear the joy and the love in you all's voice, and it was like, I didn't even know him, and so and so. It's guys looking at you all that are married and they miserable as hell. They so miserable. They're your friends and they can't even reach out to you all. They can't even celebrate secretly with you all. I'm willing to bet that these witches are actually watching you all more than your friends are watching you all, because see, it's a double-edged blade with your friends. They got to watch y'all live y'all best life and still be there and act like they ain't paying y'all no attention, because she's so insecure and jealous that
I've experienced that before.
that not like you probably going to, because you still elevating. Okay. Shame tactic.
I don't know if you ever experienced that before at school, but I know, like, what my mom was talking about is very true. I've went out and done my own thing. I've made my own connections. I travel. I do my own thing as a single man, never married, no kids. I have people that I know, their girlfriends, their wives, other females that we know that ain't got nothing to do with me. They're in my business, or they watch me, I should say. What's the word I'm looking for? Monitoring spirits. They will watch everything I do. Don't like nothing, don't comment nothing, don't share nothing. They just watching. How do I know? Because they in the stories, and because I gotta, when I see them, I heard you was this so-and-so. I heard, and it's the same with like coworkers. It's the same with guys, but it always throw me off when it's a female, like, one of my guys' wives or one of my guys' girlfriends or just a female that shouldn't even be talking to me because they talking to somebody else, but they know more about me than my friends do or my point of contact. That's kind of weird. So I kind of, especially if they're not outwardly supporting. So it makes me question, like, how are my friends doing or what position are they in? Like, for example, I was in a relationship where I was cool with my ex. Now, I was cool with the little husband crowd. You feel me? Because when people in relationships, they wanna put all the husbands in the little sandbox together and how y'all talk about sports and all this. I was cool with all of them. Soon as I left that relationship, now I can't talk to none of them dudes. Now they all cut off from talking to. Well, they still got to know me, so they still gonna watch something,
right?
And they might like one here or like one there, but they can't do that. That's what my mom's saying. They can't really outwardly support me because I'm on the no support list right now. You know what I'm saying?
Same here.
But that don't stop the nosy females from watching. So when I see that, I'm just like, all right, I gotta start blocking people because these monitoring spirits, they're not looking to support you. They're looking to be nosy for intel and to possibly sabotage what you got going on. But it ain't nobody but me. So I don't care. You're not gonna stop me. And if you do, it's gonna be more of me. You know what I'm saying? You can't, this doesn't stop with one person. This is gonna happen to all your daughters, all your children. The only way to correct this, the only way to re-steer this ship is to change the laws. And nobody's willing to do that.
Right.
So
okay,
that's the end of my rant. My bad, man. I kind of went on a tangent.
So hold on before well, I'm gonna make it quick. So when I was in DR, my first day, I mean, it was probably like my second day, and hold on, I bring it back. So it was a while ago. It was a girl I was trying to talk to and things like that. She had a child. We both liked each other, but we never really, you know what I'm saying? So she stopped talking to me, had another child by the same guy that wasn't taking care of the first child. So then we start talking back again and stuff like that. Then I'm like, nah, I'm cool with stuff like that. So fast forward to me going to Dominican Republic, and I'm on video and everything like that,
just doing your thing.
Yeah, doing my thing. Like, and she bust out and said on the and I knew she was talking about me. She said, I'm glad, no wonder why I never gave him a chance. Yo, baby girl, you actually saved me a headache because you mad because I did, like, you literally had 2 kids. You had 2 kids and thought I was about to play stepdaddy, and I wasn't knowing that. And I wasn't like you kept having me wait. You kept making me wait.
Yeah, on the in the orbital list.
Right, like you put me on
you in rotation.
Yeah, like you put me in rotation. I'm gonna do my thing with the Pookie and Ray Rays, but when I need a real man, I'm gonna come to you so you can take care of them. And nah, it wasn't, and I wasn't knowing that. And she
We need our
That's funny. That's funny to me.
And she put that on Facebook, like, I'm glad I ain't never gave this person a chance because I forgot what she said, but it was just funny to me. Like, we don't even talk to the day. I thought I'm like, I ain't took no, they'll try to speak to her and stuff like that. None of that. So I guess she kind of upset because I didn't fall for her bait,
Man,
look how she went and had a whole nother baby. Look, and she made herself the victim.
Yup. She made herself the victim. Try to play me like trying to basically calling me the sucker. Like,
yeah,
I'm the
it's called the rejection game.
Yeah, right to first
She hate the rejection. She hate that I was having fun.
Well, no, she was trying to reject you, and it didn't work.
Right.
That's really stick around. Like, that's the thing. You're supposed to stick around and just continue to
wait.
Pay it to
Yeah, I wasn't.
I told y'all, simping runs the economy here. Like,
that's
a
why
lot.
They say simp man or a real man, and like, huh? Like, that's what they saying now. The mans that are simp, they are the real men because they cater to.
Oh, they trying to push that. Yeah, well, that's just a repackaged version of the same thing. A real man this, a real man that. Like,
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Everything followed by a real man has to be something of utility. It's something that benefits everybody else but that man. That's what a real man is, and
Yeah,
that's
that's what real man
BS.
is. But let's go to the next video.
All of us need our millions.
They need their money on it. That's all that is.
I put on TikTok. Y'all need to watch my TikTok page. I think I said I hate when women be calling guys broke.
Right.
They're the ones that's always. I know it's off subject, but they.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
They call the passport bros broke, but they the ones that need their hair done, they need their bills paid, they need their nails done, they need to help with their kids, they need all this. When have you ever heard a man saying we need to do this, we need to do that from a female?
Well, see, I got a problem with them needing, and I got a problem with seeing some guys giving. First of all,
well, wait, nobody that's that needy of things. I didn't mean to cut you off, but like that's projection. Because I thought all of the other women from everywhere else was poor and destitute and needing crumbs and stuff.
That's why I was getting at. But we going to these third world countries that don't have nothing. They don't have no education. They barely speak English. But but they broke and y'all rich.
And for a while, a lot of the foreign women was clapping back at that, especially in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Man, they was responding to them like, "Hey, who you talking about?"
Right.
Do you remember what you was gonna say? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I just find it sad on how some black men they'll say, "Here's some money, get your nails done." Here, she needs some soap. Do you gonna buy that for her too? Where's the accountability? It's certain things a woman shouldn't be relying on a man for, and that's grooming herself. Now, if you do end up in a serious relationship with them, or if it's one of these predicaments, I had a guy that was interested in talking to me, but I knew he wasn't my type. I don't believe in wasting men's time. I had 2 uncles, 2 brothers, 2 sons. Okay. So I'll just tell, no, I'm not interested. No, I'm enjoying. So he kept on pursuing, and he would see me cutting my grass. And he started criticizing me because, you cut your own grass. Oh, you know. And I can see him saying, because I kept telling him I didn't want to go out, no, I'm not interested, because sometimes it is hard to let guys down. They won't take no for an answer. And so it's a lot of guys out there that act like women and they're going to change your mind.
Right.
Now, I'm guilty of feeling like if every time you see me, I'm out in my line working, and you want me to go out with you that bad, and you criticize me because I trim my hedges, I do everything, because I enjoy doing it, and it's beautiful, and it's mine.
Right.
Okay. He could have said, why don't I get somebody to cut your grass? Would you go out with me then? That's the only way I feel like a guy should be trying to offer something when they don't know you. Not, well, here's some money to get your hair done. Here's some money to get, all because you're going to go on a date with them. And the woman shouldn't accept it. I can take my policy after my boys was grown. I need to date somebody who could take care of themselves. I got me.
Right.
If we end up together, then that's something different. Now we got one another. Okay. Right. What you mean you need a 6-figure man? You got thousands of 6-figure people taking care of you. You got Section 8. You driving you a Lexus. You got food stamps.
At what point is that like concerning? I view people at home as frogs in a boiling pot. You need 6 figures today. That 6 figures is going to be closer to 7 figures years from now, and so on and so forth. When is it going to register that the prices aren't going down here? And you need to be using your dollar while you can, while it performs better in other countries. Wisely in a way that's not interrupting the economy of those other countries. Because believe it or not, like when we travel to these places, we are a part of their economy. Tourism is big in these other countries. Tourism was big in the U.S. as well, but because of what's going on, you got other countries putting out travel advisories to their citizens, telling them don't come here because the shootouts is deportations going on and so on and so forth. From their view, I'm not saying whether it's really that serious, but put yourself in the shoes of somebody from another country and they seeing what's happening on American news. It probably looked way worse than what it really is. But these other countries are telling people don't go to the U.S. if you don't have to.
You might not come back.
My mom was a witness. We was down there. We had dinner. We had a few dinners hanging out with my friends down there. We asked them when they want to come to the U.S. Do you remember what they said?
Forget about it. Some of them won't even get on YouTube because they don't want their residue in the U.S.
Facts. Like nobody's. It's a false narrative that everybody wants to come here. No, they do not. But
they told us that they'll meet us in other countries.
In Colombia, yeah, they say they'd rather go to Colombia than
Yes.
You
know, because of course,
are they wrong for that?
Of course, their hospitality was so good. I'm telling them, if you ever come to America, you know, I got a beautiful home. You can come to. No.
Nah, we good.
Told me they'll meet me in another country and went to naming different countries off. They did say Colombia, but no, we ain't coming there.
Yeah, the DR.
I felt a little rejected, but I had to understand.
So it's the same concept. Just they smart. Are they wrong for that?
No.
Or anybody asking Dominicans why you don't go to Europe?
Yeah.
Now they do want to go to Spain. A lot of them go to Spain.
Right.
They do. They go to other countries. Their passport gets them a lot of different places, but not everybody cares about coming to the U.S., especially not now. But
and I want you to know,
we got two more after this.
I've been in some scroungy places right here at home, and I'm gonna tell you, they happier than us.
Way happier.
They happy, and it's wait a minute, it's creepy because it's a normal happy. It's the happy that we all would like to have.
Seattle type stuff.
They appear to have less than us.
I meant to say California, but all of them. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, it's a genuine happiness and relax, tranquilo, like chill.
I think I put on Facebook. I think I put on Facebook one of my stories is that I won't until I move out the U.S. That's when I really be happy. To really feel the happiness, and that's crazy for me saying that. Like I should be happier where I'm from.
I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, home is always home, but like, just having the options, it's alarming that people don't want to see you with that option. That's an oxymoron. That's like completely contradicts land of the free and home of the brave. Like, how free are we? How brave are we? And I'm saying that as a patriot. I love America, but if we are the land of the free, home of the brave, I'm not talking about colonialism. I'm not talking about imperialism. What's the problem with people traveling the world and saying, I'm from America, but you know, I'm living good over here?
There's even a problem even talking about your experience.
So speaking on, I want to get y'all thoughts on this. So this is a reaction from Anton Daniels with the stuff that's going on. I don't know if y'all familiar with it, but there's conversations about banning adult videography here in the States. Yeah. So listen, this is Anton responding to it, but listen to what the chick is saying about how we should empathize with the women that'll be and only the women, not the men. Like, there's no such thing as male content creators that also are in that industry. But yeah, listen to what they got to say about this.
Wait, can I ask a question? So where is this taking place?
I don't know the state, but this is in the U.S.
But because they were trying to get red light in Illinois, that's why I asked.
The red light district. No, so what this woman is discussing is, like I say in the caption, they're banning nudity to control women. That's the narrative she's going with.
Okay.
So like I hold my thoughts. Look, listen to what they saying.
United States, and this is dangerous for women. Now, bear with me because I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive. I think a lot of people believe that banning porn might actually be a good thing. It's doing a lot of detriment to young people and really warping their minds and their concepts of consent and normal, healthy sexuality. First of all, a lot of women are going to be out of work, and they are going to be the women who are some of the most vulnerable people in society. So we're not just talking about people who literally exchange sex acts for money, as you might be thinking. We're talking about strippers. We're talking about cam girls. Like so many other things this administration has done and continues to do. This is
I'm gonna let it rap, but keep in mind, in America, they consider that sex work.
Work.
So
that's what I heard the word work. They're gonna lose jobs.
That's if they can't get any other jobs. Like there's no, that's the only thing they can do. So yeah, you already picking up on the hypocrisy and the double standard, the projection, I should say, because we look at other countries as if because sex work is legal there, that's all they got, that's all they can do. And I'm sure that might apply to some, but why is she saying the same thing about here in the U.S.? Like these people can't get other jobs.
ultimately going to be about controlling women.
Let's hold on for a second. Let's stop there, right? Imagine that we live in a world where somebody is trying to justify one of the most deplorable things and saying that the reason that the administration is trying to ban it is just so they can control women in their bodies.
Wow.
What do you think happens inside of these strip clubs? What do you think that happens after the club closes? I'll do you one better. What do you think happens after everybody goes home and they see a person that they don't necessarily care for and they want to set him up?
Don't they say that about Colombia? Y'all don't think that happens here?
Imagine a den of sin, right? Honestly, like if you just really want to break it down, like imagine a den of sin. How do you think that the majority of these women make their money? You think that everything is just cut and dry and it's regulated and everything is taken care of and it's on top of things? This is insane, bro. Let me hear some more what you got to say.
Because watch how quickly, if this passes, they're going to start changing the definition of what porn is. First, it's going to be, you know, graphic sexual images of sexual acts taking place. And then it's going to be women being topless on any social media. And then it's going to turn into shirts that are see-through that women are wearing. And then it's going to turn into skirts that are too short. And do you see where I'm going with this?
So what she doing right now is called a slippery slope fallacy. I'm sorry. I mean, and any of us can do that, but she's taking, let's say they want to ban pornography. I've watched pornography, so like, would I be happy about it? No, I'm kind of indifferent. I don't care. But she's very worried about it. Like, don't get it twisted. She's scared of this stuff because in her mind, this is an attack on women.
Especially white women.
Or is she in the core? Or is she in the core business herself?
Yes, she is.
No. She's protecting, in her mind, she's protecting and standing up for women that do sex work in the States.
But she's still getting paid.
Sex work is legal in the state. Don't listen. I know that we use the term prostitution is illegal, and it is. But in this environment, sex work that she's describing, digital, selling your pee online, that's legal. So I said this in another stream. It's legal as long as the dude don't bust a nut. So like strippers, you can go get a lap dance. You can pay a chick to grind on you and give you blue balls. That's fine. But if you pay for sex, that's a crime, right?
That's a crime.
If you buying a chick pictures online, that's still sex work. It's not prostitution per se. It's like right up to the line. But you could buy you could pay these chicks to talk to you. You could pay these chicks for feet pics and videos of them on OnlyFans and all that stuff. That's legal.
Right.
But they draw the line at actual sex. And a loophole behind that is you can't pay a chick to have sex with you, but you can pay to make a porn. So you could pay to make it on camera. If I wanted to pay for something here, which I would never do that.
Right.
Like, as long as it's on camera, that's okay. That's the justification that they use, but they mad at brothers that go places where it's legal and cheaper at that. That's a crime.
Wow.
But I'm gonna let them finish, but I just wanted to point that out. When it comes to legalizing sex work or defending sex workers in the States, or the whole pro-choice, my body, remember that my body, my choice argument, that only applies to women here. They don't care about the women's bodies and choices overseas,
Right?
Because they're making decisions too. They're grown women that's making a sound decision as well.
They don't want us to be able to exercise any sort of freedom when it comes to what parts of our bodies we show and to whom. So
Ain't that
right
something?
now, maybe it's like, okay, well, they're trying to ban this thing that could be really harming the children. But eventually, your backless dress that you posted a picture of yourself wearing on Instagram is...
Women will die on the hill of my body, my choice. I need to be able to show off my ass. I got to do the thing that's the worst for society. They will let everything go. They will sacrifice their children. They will sacrifice the sanctity of their marriage. They will sacrifice their salvation. They will sacrifice men. They will sacrifice everything that they can find in the world just to be able to show off their body to people that they know is going to do the worst thing to them if they get their hands on them in the first place. It is deplorable. It's despicable. It's just, what happened? What happened to the women in society today?
So that's that video. I mean, if I could respond to the last thing he said, it's not about what benefits society or what doesn't benefit society. It's about what benefits the feminist-minded women that want control over a certain dynamic of the dating market. When I have made videos in the past about dating versus prostitution, and one of the things that I say, it's not saying everybody should go out and buy some. What I'm saying is, when you go to these countries where that's legal, it changes the dating market. Here, simping is at an all-time high because you can't just walk down the street and pay for what you want like you order in Starbucks or something.
Right.
These women in other countries, I've seen it, and I'm sure my mom might have thoughts on this too. Again, I'm not saying go out and buy some today. Don't do nothing you don't want to do.
Right.
But when you're talking to a woman in a country that comes from a culture where that's legalized, they're not gonna hold affection over your head because they know that it's competitive. They know if I tell this dude he ain't getting none tonight, he gonna laugh. He gonna say, "Who you talking to? I'm about to go across the street and get some." Don't ever talk to me like that. That's how they work out there.
Right.
So here, the men here are more prone to simp because they don't have that option.
Right.
Again, I'm not saying it's a strong benefit. I'm just saying there's documented statistics and ways that you can verify that that does indeed change the dating market.
Right.
Well, you know what? I don't feel sorry for the men here because they do have that option. Because I don't care what you say, any kind of relationship between you and a bug, any kind of relationship comes with responsibility. And when you marry somebody, and I'm speaking from experience on that too. Yeah, we do feel like we don't want to have sex no more. Yeah, but if you
and
want
you're
your
entitled to that.
man,
I'm not saying that you're entitled to give your body to somebody.
But no. My point is, if don't give your man a reason to go out in the street. I didn't heard of many of men whine and she don't even give me nothing. I didn't even talk to a pastor and said, well, you know what really pisses me off is why do men stay with women and they not happy? I said, they be trying to tell me I sleep on the couch. And he said, Donna, as a pastor, I'm going to tell you, he's probably not lying to you. I counsel a lot of men and they really are sleeping in the basement. They really are sleeping on the couch. That don't mean that I want you to talk to a married man, but in defense, yes, they really feel that way. Well, my feeling on that is if you are married, you are supposed to supply him with sex. Period. Nothing to discuss.
Yeah, it's called sorry to cut you off, but when men do that, it's called in court, they will describe that as withdrawal of affection. Because some women they'll use no fault divorce and they'll stack up all these exaggerations. They'll either say that the man was abusive or neglectful or there was a withdrawal of affection. Because I mean, you might not believe this, but sometimes dudes are tired too and they just not turned on by the woman. Hey, you talking stupid to me. Well, I can't even give you the attention that you're asking for right now.
Well, I'm
That happens
sorry
with
it's
men
taken
too.
me too long, Marcus. But
I just want to put that in
my
there. It's the
point
time
goes
for
to
it.
this. This would piss me off with men. I ain't gonna buy no pussy. I ain't gonna. Shit,
We've been socialized to look at it that way here.
you done sold your damn soul for some pussy to the point you going home. You got to do the cooking and the cleaning. She doing the eating and the giving out orders. You're miserable as hell, but you going and you think you ain't already paying to get mistreated.
Thank you. You read my
So
mind. I was
I
gonna say
don't
that.
care if you ain't getting no pussy. I don't want to hear about it. Because
You
if you
already
don't,
paying.
if
You
you
already
don't,
paying.
yeah,
You
if you
paying with
don't
your
love
time, with your
yourself
attention, with
enough,
the rest.
but it's so mental.
Yeah.
They just instant. Didn't nobody even say go buy no pussy? Okay, they'll just instantly jump into. I'm not going. Take your ass
That's
on over
because
there to your
that's not
miserable
the
home.
cultural norm here.
Especially
You know what I'm
when men
saying?
get
And
that
I'm
good
not saying
head.
like I said before, I hope they legalize it here. That don't mean I'm a bad here. I'm not. Because it's going to be just like everything else. Overrated, poor customer service, and expensive for no reason.
And the law
I just
still
wanted,
gonna be
I
on
just
their
wanted,
side. And the
I
law
just
still
wanted to
gonna
be,
be on their side.
I just wanted to be legal here to see how it affects the dating market. Because, and I also want to say this, thank you to everybody that was very supportive of my mom's trip, her first time out the country, her first time in the DR. Some people, I was expecting people to have an issue with me taking her to Sasua of all places, but I wanted her to see where I be at. I wanted to know my friends. I wanted to see the businesses I support. So we spent most of the time in Santo Domingo, but when I brought her to Sasua, she got, and this was on a slow week, a slow weekend, I should say. She got to see exactly what. No, yeah, I showed her where it's at. We ain't go in there. We ate at Flip Flops. We hung out with Old School for a minute. We were at the Ocean Club, so we didn't even stay on Pedro Clasante, right? I wanted her to walk and see it, and we ate some ice cream. We went to the beach. I wanted her to see it, but we stayed like kind of off the beaten path, which is very nice. I wouldn't even stay there by myself. For my mom, no, I'll roll out the red carpet. But my mom got to see it for herself. Like, you can't do that. You can't treat a man in that environment the same way, because y'all get in an argument, or you decide you're gonna say you ain't getting none. As soon as that dude walk outside, it's a chick waiting to shoot her shot. So, and my mom got to see that firsthand. So, like, you can imagine how that dating market, it don't work the same way. You can't play them games when the laws are different.
Right. I ain't got really too much to say on that one. Y'all already go ahead and lay that out.
We got one more, and I guess because we've been running for almost 3 hours.
3 hours.
So let's see what this last. Oh, this last one. So I enjoyed this because it was two brothers with a difference of opinion, but they let each other talk. And you know, bro had to change his position after taking a visit to Colombia of all places.
Okay.
Bros, listen to this real quick.
Been to Colombia before? See, like them type of places I can't foot it, because I'm too Viking barbarian up. You don't want to pay. I'm never doing that. That's what I feel like. Them gotta give me some money. I feel the same way, but you gotta go over there, bro. I will feast. You gotta go over there, because how I felt, look, I went over there with this man, right? The first 3 days, we were there for 5 days. The first 3 days, I ain't done. I don't give a fuck this shit, but these niggas is running through shit. They is in, you know what I'm saying, from the club. I'm like, bro, I gotta partake. But it's really, you contribute to the economy. That's how I look at it. Like, man, God damn it, I got a couple hundred. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? Let me feed, because they told me I'm feeding 5 families.
Now, I'm gonna let him finish, but he talking about giving out a couple hundred. Like, I don't know where they was at.
He said Colombia.
A couple hundred, like US. What is he talking about? But yeah, he may be on a different level with it.
I said, well, here you go. Let me get that in exchange, and they love you. Listen. Hey, listen. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Listen, bro. These love you. I don't give how long they love you. It might be for an hour or two, but bro, they gonna love you in that moment more than whatever these Miami Americans give you. They love me, man. I want to take one back home. Let's take one up, put it in the suitcase.
So I'm gonna just go back just to pause it for a minute. So this is the type of brother, and this is not a diss at all. I got friends like this. This type of brother that has no interest in pay for play, and I respect that.
Right.
what he experienced was what I told a lot of brothers when they when I meet them or when they I had a few that was willing to come with me. You ain't got to do nothing you don't want to do. I don't do that. I've been there, done that. It's just something that you need to know is a thing. And for those brothers that have that old pimp mentality, I ain't paying no chick, she paying me. Okay, that's cool. When you get there and you see all these people of all ages, old men walking around with 2 or 3 baddies on both arms and stuff, you only gonna look at so much of that and be like, whoa, what's going on? So like just knowing that option is that knowing that there's a world out there that's totally different from what you're used to. I'm glad that he at least kind of changed his position. Now saying that the chicks love you and all that, I kind of understand what he's saying in terms of they're more receptive. Even if they're not interested, they'll let you down respectfully. But he came back with a different state of mind. And I thought, and look, not judging the brother, but he ain't no ugly dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him having no problem, especially with his demeanor, with his type of personality. He ain't gonna have no problems with no chicks in the States. So like, this is not some reject or some incel. It's a brother that just got to expand his horizons, and now he's looking at things a little different.
Look, you see things there. I tell people like that all the time when I came back from DR. You know, like I said, my whole perspective changed once I came back to DR. But I wasn't the type that be like, oh, I ain't never going to these countries. And because I ain't never, I'm like, I've never been there. So I don't know how it is. But once I went there and was actually telling people that was saying the things that, you know, oh, I ain't never going, man. They tripping, they out there going. My own pops even told me, like, why are you going out there? Because you know they be out there kidnapping others. I'm like,
yeah, I had family telling me it's dangerous and all that. I'm like, after we just had 70 shootings in 2024, 74 shootings in March, it was like 3 months into 2024.
Yeah.
They telling me don't go to Colombia, like, stop, like, what, stay here in Chicago?
Yeah, so it's like, so and when I went out there, and then when I came back and started telling people, yo, man, like, it's not what you think. Like, what you think is it's an illusion. You literally have to go there. Like, you know, nah, man, because, you know, man, I ain't got time for. I'm like, look, I wouldn't, if that's the case, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be back telling you this if this was going to happen.
Right.
Yo, you have to go here, man. It's going to change your whole perspective when you come back. You go look at these people. Have you been talking about these people? Third world countries, poor, broke, no education. When you come back from going there, you're gonna think totally different. It's gonna like you gonna be begging for their forgiveness, you know, because like I say, it's a totally different thing once you get out there. It's very different. Like I said, a whole different mindset. I like before I even went out there, I thought like this was it. Like, I'm gonna be in Cincinnati forever. I ain't never going nowhere. Even though I'm a truck driver and I've been everywhere, but it's like, I ain't never going nowhere. I'm gonna be stuck in the States and stuff like that. And until like I actually start watching people doing this, and once I went out there and once I went out there, it was like, yo, man, they wasn't lying. They kept it 100, and they was telling the truth. And then you start looking at these people like, oh my God, like, wow, like it's just lost the words. And then when you come back, it's like you lost the words when you out there. But when you come back, you got so much to talk about. And it's always positive. But you know, some people just really won't understand. Like you said, he the type that, oh, I ain't paying for nothing. But guess what you did?
And you don't have
to.
to.
Out there and gave out $100. You went out there, so you paid for something, but you was helping the economy, like you were saying, but you went out there and paid something. You know what I'm saying? I bet you the same guy that said that wasn't paying for anything, I bet you he and already went to another country and now he probably on another panel talking way different than what he was talking on this panel.
The ones that's honest with themselves,
yeah.
Well, my opinion from the people, from my position, I'm not going to even label it as a female's position. I know how he was talking. It really, we hear what we want to hear, not necessarily what somebody's saying.
Right.
I want to think that I listen to people to hear what they're saying. Okay. So I heard the money. Let me address that first to get the little insecure people out of the way. The money was another way to say, I appreciate you. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Here. Okay. That's really what the money, it wasn't, he felt so comfortable until he had a flashback on, damn, they so damn good to me and I'm going to get to fuck somebody.
Right.
Okay. So that his lower part said that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it didn't shout it out.
Yeah, he said he lasted
After
3
having
days.
the experience of being there, what he really was caught up in, his emotions was really, really on how well respected and received he was. And I get,
that's why he said they
and I
love me
get
and
the
all
fuck too. And I mean, how many times have you given somebody made your day or made you feel welcome or showed you some love and you said, let me treat you to lunch? Or you said, I bought you your favorite drink.
Right.
Okay, so bro got it and he gave him some hundreds away. You ain't got it like him.
Right.
So just because he mentioned that money don't mean shit, them bitches sucked me real good and I did something.
Right.
But that insecure person, that's what they heard. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm happy he had the experience. I'm happy he know that. I'm happy he felt the love and the respect from male, females, and little kids. And another good thing that's mind blowing. I really, really hate I didn't record the dogs over there.
Oh yeah, we was
Them
talking about
dogs is unbelievable over there.
They
better than the average human being in America.
They just laying around. They just minding.
They chill.
They ain't running up, biting or barking at nobody.
They'll get up and speak to you and look. Even the damn chickens, you can get free eggs out there. The chickens live in the doggone trees. All you got to do is walk around, pick you up some eggs. Okay. I even met a rooster that I'm walking up to saying, I need you to talk to me. I need you. And he went, okay. That's how laid back these people are.
Wow.
Okay. Meet the group. I'm greeting a rooster every time I come and go. Can't believe it. Beautiful rooster. You know I took a picture of him, okay? But that's what I heard him say. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next brother.
No, that was it. That was. Oh, you talking about the other guy, the guy he was talking to?
Yeah.
That's all I got, man. I mean, I appreciate y'all for hopping on, and we almost closing in on 3 hours.
Yeah, I appreciate this too, man. Shout out to Marcus A. Brown. Shout out to Love You More. You turned up for this one.
I have enjoyed you also.
It was great to meet y'all. But I mean, at the end of the day, y'all, just stop letting people. How can I put it? Man or female, regardless. Don't let people control what you want to do with your life. If you want to get your passport and travel to places, do that. So
you got anything?
Don't matter if you had a felony either.
Right.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, shout out to the brothers that's helping each other. I'm still learning the logistics of that, but having a background doesn't stop you from traveling. That's a misconception. It might be a little extra work hoops to jump through, but it's possible.
Yeah, I actually got my cousin that's in jail right now. He about to get out soon. And yeah, I told him once,
you gotta get him out there.
Yeah, and my brother. My brother about to come home from doing 15 years. So,
that's a whole nother subject we could talk about. His brothers that had a background here and they left and they had more opportunities overseas than in the States. Like, that's insane.
Right. So yeah, we definitely talk about that.
I want to thank y'all again for hopping on. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to everybody that's gonna watch on the replay. And make sure y'all subscribe to the channels, man. We'll come back soon with some more content for y'all.
Yes, sir. Salute.
All right, salute y'all.
Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, have a good one, y'all.
Baby, Marcus, you know what? Just call me when you're ready to talk.
Yeah, my WhatsApp doing numbers, ayy. All around the world, got my WhatsApp doing numbers.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.